Right. I've hit start streaming. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're back.
We're back. We are back indeed. I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm going to completely 100% blame Owen. That's him just coming back into the screen because he went and...
He looks very
Sorry.
sheepish.
I'm
Does
just
look
back.
like he's
I'm
kicked the
just back
router,
from
doesn't
Ali's server. Just back.
Hey, nothing to do with me. I think we're back. I think we're good to go. Let me make sure that all my stuff is still here. I think it might have taken out my mic. No, it's not. Let us know if you can hear us, because I can still see the ads going on and playing. Let me know if we're all
They said
fine.
we're live.
If we're back, cool. If we don't, if no one shouts, I'll assume that we're all okay. Well, we'll bring us on to. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. We're back, says AJ. Thanks, AJ. We'll go back to the top scorers. We'll just pretend nothing's happened. I'll transition very rapido into there. We have Skamaka as the top scorer thus far with 5 goals. Danny Ings has dropped to second with 4. Solanke, the man that Tony Jameson for some reason hates the most out of everyone in the world, has also won 4 goals, as is Ben Yedder. Then between 5th and 8th on the goals chart with 3 goals for all of them is Gabriel Jesus for Casabab, Jamie Vardy for Limo, Kylian Mbappe for Muzza, and Destro, I think it's Mattia Destro, isn't it? For sweet left foot. See, I know ball.
We some suspensions as well.
Go on then, lad.
Verratti for Stinger and Giori for Stinger. Not that it really matters, to be honest. Stinger's already packing everyone off for their holidays. FM Girl, of course, has Alexander Arnold missing. Dodo for Goofy George. Gabriel and Canate for Limo. Also for George, Pogba and Rodrigo. So that's 3 out. And Max Aarons is out for Limo as well. So it's 3 for Limo, 3 for Goofy, 2 for Stinger, and 1 for Alice. And in terms of injuries, Casemiro's out for 4 weeks. So that's a big blow for Diz. 3 weeks still for Lafont, so obviously he's missed the rest of the tournament for Limo. We have Arana out for potentially 3 weeks. Grealish, of course, we know about for 2 weeks. And Lenormand is also out for Daljet. And Lacroix, potentially 3 weeks for FM Girl as well.
Okay, well, they are starting the games right now, so we will quickly decide who's going to watch who. FM Girl and Mozza versus Mozza, and Katie versus GYRFM. Katie versus GYRFM is our featured game, so Tony can take the FM Girl versus Mozza fixture. G Mozza versus Kozabob and Mr. Diz versus Limo. We'll give those to Kev. And Goofy George versus Stinger, as well as Sweet Left Foot versus Busternet. How We Roll Owen shall be taking those games for us. We will jump into the game. It has just started between Katie and GYR. Best of luck to all the competitors in this one.
While that's loading, never let it be said I don't pay my bets.
It's already 1-0 up. GYR FM has opened the scoring against Katie very early on from a corner kick. The ball comes in. Obviously, it's Aaron Cresswell. John Stones heads it, and Bobby Firmino manages to be the man who gets on the end of that. It is 1-0 to GYR.
Goal for Mr. Diz. Just as I'm loading it up, I don't know who the scorer was at all over Limo. 1-0 up for Mr. Diz.
1-0 for Goofy George. He punches the air. Calvert-Lewin, creator again for Ciro Mobley. Their partnership has been unbelievable. It's the 3rd or 4th goal I've seen them linked up on. It's just a scissors kicked volley from inside the 6-yard box for Calvert-Lewin. Easy goal. But yeah, for those who were questioning me about paying up my bets for Drafts and Crafts, Mr. Diz has got 5 gifted subs because Spinazzola played every game bar the suspension. So...
a man of impeccable integrity, Owen, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on water and bread this evening. If anyone wants to just eat me a pizza, that'd be great. No.
Is that why you pulled the plug on the internet? Just be like, right, get it gone. Can't afford to pay this.
Poor Hood. Dominic Solanke's got 3 goals as well. He owes 3 gifted subs. I'm pretty sure that's what the Hood's bet was.
And Alice seems to be doing quite well, unfortunately, for Hood as well. He's going to be, basking his butts for a pay rise, I'm sure.
Big save off the line from Stinger. All Goofy George. All one-way traffic here. Oh, another big save. Mateus.
It's another one. Aaron Cresswell with an absolute banger in our featured game puts GYR FM 2-0 up against Curti, and Curti doesn't look happy. Gallagher has the ball. He finds Cresswell on that left-hand side. He passes it back to Bastoni. A quick 1-2. He turns and shoots straight away, and it's into the top left corner from the crossbar.
Goal for FM Girl, takes the lead against Mozza. The ball falls to Lucas Digne on the edge of the area, drills it in. Huge ramifications for the top of Group A.
Goal.
1-0, 12 minutes played.
Goal for Limo, it seems, with Mr. Diz is now 1-1. The only reason I can't tell you much about it is because my connection to Diz went down, so I refreshed, and when I came back, it was 1-1 instead of 1-0. So 1-1 between Diz and Limo.
We have a VAR check for a penalty here, and it's awarded in GYR FM's favour. Curti will not be happy. We've not even hit 20 minutes yet. We're a second away from it, and at the 20-minute mark, Curti makes the save.
Oh, Danny Ings is around the keeper. 1-0. Danny Ings just rounded the keeper completely. Keeper goes to the ground. It's an easy tap, and it's 1-0 for Bustanet, who I think that puts him into the qualification positions currently.
Potentially,
Possibly, yeah.
We'll have
The live table is going to update in a second of Goofy George. Never mind, it's not. Goofy George's game is 16 minutes old. This goal's in the 45th minute, the other one, so it's a while before I'll see the live table.
Goal for Limo, and it's an own goal from Diz's keeper. The ball was crossed in from the edge of the 6-yard box, so it was quite close, and it just hit the goalkeeper and went in the back of the net. 2-1. Mr. Diz is down 2-1 to Limo.
Goal.
And we've also got a goal in the
G
Muzza game.
Yeah.
I don't know which other one I'm supposed to be covering if you're covering
Likewise.
that one.
Sorry.
We have been hit with a Voxtrol extra ad in the featured game, so we are going to temporarily wait until that's done because Curti has the mid-rolls on.
Yeah, Curti has the mid-rolls on. It screwed me over a couple of times.
We'll go with GYR FM stream.
Oh my god. Stinger's goalkeeper is keeping them in the game by their fingertips here. He's just after knocking an unbelievable free kick onto the crossbar. It's all one way here, though. Stinger is looking like he's already in the mud. Looking like he's not going to have any effect on the qualification here.
Are we not covering a game somewhere?
And there it is, 2-0. I don't think so. I think Tony's only meant to be covering one game.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think I've got the. I'm getting angry at the amount of all the names that G Muzza's got on his screen. Sorry.
Me too.
Goofy
but that
George,
means I should be
2-0.
covering something else, probably.
No. You're covering it. You're covering it. It's 2-0 now. Tammy
Okay.
Abrahams just scored.
Transition. Apparently, we're duplicating audio. I'm not 100% sure.
Is the
This has gone swimmingly, but I'll keep it together, lads. I know the two games I'm watching, and they're very exciting for you. Don't worry. It's 2-0 up here. Goofy George versus Stinger. At halftime, Limo, GYR, and Sweet Left Foot are going through currently in Group B. I'll show you Group A once I get a live table back up.
Goal
after
for
halftime.
Limo from the penalty spot. Vardy takes the penalty. 3-1 up over Diz for Limo.
I believe the FM Girl game is the one that we need to be watching that no one's watching, lads.
penalty in the FM Girl Mozza game. Chiesa has brought down Calabria, and that means that it's going to be a penalty to FM Girl. And Mozza's smiling, but I think inside he's crying a little bit as Insigne steps up, and it's saved. It's saved. Massive. It's still 1-0.
Ali, I'd say you're duplicating because you probably checked the stream after you DC'd, so make sure you haven't got a stream tab open. That's probably the duplicative sound.
Goal for Limo, 4-1 up now. David Neres, I think, put the ball in the back of the net, and it is now 4-1 to Limo over Diz.
Live table at halftime. Alice is currently top for our group with 10 points.
There you go.
Whoa,
there you go.
Big save. I can't see it's a highlight here. I'll tell you who's second in that group then is Mozza, and Kaza Bob is currently knocking out G Muzza and Goofy George. They've now swapped as G Muzza's after conceding, it looks like.
I've got the G Muzza and Kaza Bob game up, and nothing's happening on mine at the moment because Kaza Bob is paused, seemingly.
Well, the way it happens is because Goofy George is so far behind in the game compared to everyone else. It's as he passes the 50th minute in his game, it'll be updating the score for the 50th minute in your game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No highlights happening in either of these games at the minute. It looks like Goofy George is coasting to a 2-0 win.
I will ask if my audio is any better from the backroom staff. I think I have it sorted. It's probably just
it's
an
a third for
the
Goofy
technical
George.
issues.
Going to VAR, but I think he's onside here. Ball chipped in, headed down by Scamacca, and the finish applied by Jadon Sancho. Sorry, not Scamacca. That's Sweet Left Foot. Not sure who the header was from. Goal awarded. Calvert-Lewin.
Goal for Limo. He's now 5-1 up over Diz. And again, I think it's that man, Jamie Vardy. Neres with the provider, I think, this time round. Switch of play from right to left. And it is Neres with the cross in from the byline. Vardy, header on inside the 6-yard box for 5-1 to Limo over Diz.
João Pedro has missed an absolute open goal. He's about 25 yards out. The keeper for the opposition has come out to the edge of the box. Hasn't got to the ball, and he drove it over the bar.
It's a goal. Goal for FM Girl. And are we going to take bets on who scored it? The big man, Andy Carroll, with a huge header. Makes it 2-0 against Mozza, and Alice is over the moon. She takes the top spot in the group.
Let's go, waste of possession.
Well, we have missed a lot of this.
Immobile makes it 4. Immobile makes it 4. Castrovalli plays a ball over the top, takes it down, one touch past the keeper. It's an absolute hammering for Poor Stinger. Well, what a way to ruin a Sunday.
We are 3-2 on the featured game in GYRFM's favour, although Curti looks like he might be mounting some form of attack now. Very important game, potentially deciding who goes through and who doesn't here. Apologies for not being able to provide much of an update, but I can provide an update now because it's 3-3. Gabriel Martinelli has managed to get Curti level against GYR-FM in the 69th minute.
Mr. Diz has put big letters across his screen again saying, I prefer FM 23 anyway. 5-1 down currently to Limo.
Jack has left. He's 4-0 up, but he's decided to leave. Don't know what's going on. Currently, it looks like Sweet Left Foot, GYR, Limo are going to come out of Group B. FM Girl, Mozza, and Goofy George are going to come out of Group A by the looks of it. That's 82 minutes gone.
Jeez.
Big turnarounds. No major
penalty
upset.
check here. And it's no penalty. Never mind me.
Goofy George wins 4-0, but for emotional support, he's gone and got his cat, and he's hugging his cat. The man has been an emotional roller coaster today.
He's got Kurt Zuma in his team. That's the worst thing he should be picking up right now.
Goal back for Koza Bob against G Muzza. Now 2-1 to G Muzza. It was good play down the left-hand side. DeMarco gets to the byline, crosses the ball deep. It comes back across goal, and it's Arthur that sticks the ball in the back of the net. And Diz, I think, might be getting a goal back here. 5-2 up. There's a goal review going on the VAR, and it is awarded. I didn't see the goal scorer because I was looking at the other game.
7 years after equalising for Sweet Left Foot, it's heartbreak for Bustanet. 88 minute, 25-yarder just cut back, and an absolute thunder rocket to side netting. Oh, it was so against the run of play. Nobody picking them up at the edge of the box. 3 lads marking the one player. Schoolboy stuff. Keeper couldn't do anything about it. And Bustanet's going to get I was going to say an early night, a late night, but not as late as normal. He's still smiling though. You got to love Bustanet. LG, what a guy.
Just been a fairly quiet second half in the FM Girl Mozza match. To be honest, second half has been like, I think Mozza's trying to get back into it, but Alice is just literally sat in there, just having a lovely time, just waiting. It's just 2-0 up. We've got like 30 seconds of normal time to go. And then the second that final whistle goes, the Alice Rave is going to be on. She looks over the moon. She's going to finish top of the group.
G Muzza wins his game. 2-1.
Last minute.
It's all over.
Oh, it's the end of the game.
Are all the games finishing at this point? Because we have finished between GYR and Curti at 3-3.
I got 5 minutes between Diz and Limo still to go.
Phil Foden, last kick of the game for Bustanet to beat Sweet Left Foot and end, well, the undefeated streak. He's not going to get 100%, is Mike. He's drawn 1-1 with Bustanet here. He's smiling. He's happy out. Really, he was lucky to come away with a draw there. Daljeet the better team, but not a complete FMing the 1-1 result there.
Goal for Limo, 6 6-2 over Diz. It's a through ball again for Vardy to use his pace to get onto, charges down onto the goalkeeper and puts it in the back of the net for 6-2 to Limo. We've got about 5 minutes left. A few seconds left, maybe.
Oh, Diz does not look happy, does he? He does not look best.
Not really.
You weren't kidding when he said he's got that sprawled across his screen.
Nope.
Is that another goal?
It is 6-3.
Oof.
Coming up. 6-3.
Welcome in, G Muzzer, with the raid. Appreciate that.
Hey, well played.
Good first showing,
G Muzzer.
We'll be able to provide a full insight on what the live league table is after this game.
Alice is absolutely going off in her stream.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She's obviously learned from RDF. Oh, she's air guitaring. She is now air guitaring. Oh, there's a clip. Oh, lads. Are we all done? Have we one game still going?
Nearly there. We've got about a minute left of injury time to play.
There we go.
It's gone.
6-3, right? Apparently my audio was bad here, so please do let me know if it is terrible whilst I am in this stream. Thank you for the raid over, G Muzzer. We really appreciate that. Well done today. It was very, very close. But yeah, sometimes that's just the way it goes. We are on the verge of seeing what the games are going to be looking like, so we shall wait and see how the games have finished there. Thank you very much as well for the raid, Curty. Really appreciate you taking part in this one, my man. Let's have a look at the results then. I think they are, in fact, ready. So, in Group A, we had FM Girl 2, Mozza 0. G Muzzer 2, Kozabob 1. Goofy Jord 4, Stinger 0. And in the final game for that one, in the final games for Group B even, we had Curty 3, GYR FM 3, Mr. Diz 3, Limo 6. Absolute mad game we had over there. And Sweet Left Foot 1, Buster Net 1. No longer winning everything, but he currently is undefeated, and I think the tables are already as well. Thank you for the raid there, Buster Net. Really appreciate you coming in as well. It's always a good time when Buster Net's coming in. Always leaves us with an absolutely amazing quote like fleas and camels and armpits. For those of you who watched the draft portion. In terms of the table, the final table, we have FM Girl finish first. Who saw that coming? Definitely not me. FM Girl tops Group A. Going through with her into the knockout stages is Mozza, the boss, as well as Goofy George. Mozza had 8 points, Goofy George on 7. Despite George's really, really poor start, G Muzzer misses out on goal difference. Kozabob fought valiantly, incredibly close, just a point in it for him. And Stinger, unfortunately, just like the predictions suggested he would, finishes bottom without a win. Sweet Left Foot, the only man to not lose a game thus far, topping the table on 13 points. In Group B, GYRFM and Limo go through on 7. Curty just shy with 6 points. Buster Net and Mr. Diz occupy the last 2 places with 4 points. Mr. Diz on a minus 11 goal difference, which solidly puts him down there. What are your first impressions of this table? We'll start with the funny man, Tony Jameson.
Well, everyone said FM Girl was going to get an absolute pasting. She proved everyone wrong. She proved everyone wrong. I said that she'd cause trouble in that group. I'll be honest, I didn't think she'd top the group, but my word, some outstanding performances in there. Our man Andy Carroll getting the goals, of course, to take her through, and gotta love that. Gotta love it. Over the moon for her, to be honest. Mozza, of course, we said was going to be in there as well. He's done fantastic. Jordan Muzzer going to the death and getting through. Bob valiantly taking over Viking Dan's team. Stinger had a nightmare, unfortunately. I think he won't mind people saying that. It is what it is sometimes. Mike for Sweet Left Foot is having an absolutely belting day so far. I think he may as well set his match on autoplay at one point. He was that far ahead leading into the last match. GYR qualifying as well, but the turnaround was, of course, in Group B. Limo and Curtis swapping places on the last day of the group stage, and Bustanet and Mr. Diz, unfortunately, not their day today. Diz, I love you, man. I said you weren't going to finish bottom, but to be fair, goal difference really and points. That's all that let you down. Other than that, we're totally fine. Like, you'd be all right.
What about you, Kev?
What I'm seeing,
go on, Owen.
Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
So,
go on, Kev, because
what Tony
muted.
said. Am I? Don't think I am.
Go on, Owen. You go, mate. You go.
So basically, what I'm seeing in a lot of things, I agree with what Tony has said, but some inside baseball we're seeing from being in people's chats and stuff. A lot of calls of, oh, Clate's done really well with Clate's tactic in Mike's group, because when I said earlier that Mike was laughing hysterically, it was just because he was listening to Curty, who he's playing, go off on one, ranting and raving about the game, and us saying, oh, look, he's changed. Ooh.
I can't. I was gonna say, is anyone going to fill for his own?
I can hear Owen.
Oh, okay.
And so can the chat.
Can chat hear me?
Yep. I think you're fine.
Yeah, chat can hear me. So basically, all of the group. I'll reload after this. All of the group are.
Kevin's confused.
I'm always confused.
Basically saying they're slating him for using Clate's tactic, the one day him.
Cool. Cheers, Owen. And so, Kev.
Well, this has gone well.
Basically, what they said. Commiserations to those that haven't made it through. Valiant effort. Unfortunately, it wasn't Stinger's day. Definitely was it really. Mr. Diz Bustanet. We had inklings that maybe that wasn't going to go great for them before the tournament started. But fair play. FM girl, she scares me. So I would never have told her that she wasn't going to go through at all. But I didn't necessarily think she would. And she has. And on the other side of things, whatever tactics anybody's playing, whoever's getting cross, Sweet Left Foot looks really, really hard to beat. And he's going to be very, very hard to beat in the knockouts. But yeah, congrats to everybody that's gone through.
Well, we will have a look at the goal scorers just before we take a quick 5-minute break. In top spot, we have Jamie Vardy with 6. He's winding the clock back to a more FM21-esque era. Danny Ings and Skamaka occupy second and third with 5 goals. We have Immobile, Solanke and Ben Yedder on 4 goals, and Cresswell and Wilson occupy the last 2 spots on 3. Unfortunately, we're not going to see any more of Danny Ings or Callum Wilson because both Bustanet and Curty are in fact out. Now, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break just to gather our bearings before we go into the knockout stages and maybe nip to the toilet, etc. So we will back with you very, very, very shortly. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all in a little while.
See you soon.
Yeah, no one heard that, Owen. Hold on.
It's more for Tony that wants to do that. Can you hear Tony?
everybody. We are back after our very short break. We are here to give you the make sure my mic is actually running. I assume it is but I can't see it at the bottom. So we will wait a second, make sure that the mic is on before it is on. It is on. Right. We have the quarterfinals to bring you right now. We have Mozza versus Limo in the first quarterfinal, and in the other one we have GYR FM versus Goofy Jord. Now, through the buys, we have FM Girl and Sweet Leffort already qualified for the semi-final. So let's see who each of them are going to play. We will have Tony Jameson bringing you the action between Mozza versus Limo, and we will have the United City and Owen bringing you the GYR FM and Goofy Jord game. We shall begin. I suppose we should probably begin on Mozza's because, you know, he is the boss. But we will be flicking between the games. We have a poll up there for actions go.
There is a Mozza versus Limo poll up there as well, guys. There's a minute left in that if you want to get voting. We have 20 big bits on Mozza and nothing on Limo currently.
Excellent. Well, there's been 2 tactical changes so far before we even get started. Mozza's gone with I suppose technically we're going to say a 5 at the back. It's a 3 with 2 wing backs, 3 in the midfield and a 2 up top. Limo's ditched his regular 4-4-2 and gone for his second preferred option, which is 4-2-4. We've already seen that there's been players out suspended. Limo's got Bernardeschi suspended for this match as well, which is always going to be a concern for him. He does have some players back. He's not actually put Lafont back in goal. Fraser Forster stays in goal, which I suppose technically has helped him get to the finals. So I guess why change something that's actually been working for you? Mozza doesn't look like he's got too many injury concerns and looks very, very relaxed coming to this match. So I think Mozza would probably be the favourite, but Limo has 2 titles and Mozza has none. So maybe, we don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. We are waiting on, I believe, Mozza to hit go to match, and he just has done. So we are bringing you the games. Like I said, we are here starting with Limo versus Mozza, and we will be switching between the games as and when the action comes in. Good luck to everyone at this point. Let's see who FM Girl and Sweet Leffort will be playing in the final.
While the game is kicking off, 44%, 1.3k on Mozza, 56%, 1.6k on Limo. So 4 people picked Mozza, 5 people picked Mozza, 4 picked Limo. So it's 50-50 split amongst the community. And it feels like a game both of them are going to just lose rather than, you know, who tries to lose the hardest is going to be the one that goes out.
Interesting that Moz is already trying to change his tactic. Like they've ran out on the pitch and Moz went, "Oh no! I gave you the wrong instructions." So I mean, is that going to cause a bit of a?
We're playing the other way.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. Have we started? Have we kicked off in the Jord versus?
We have. It's 10 minutes in. First highlight is just on, though. We've been 10 minutes with nothing so far, and it's a chance for Pogba to get through, and he misses the shot on the far post, and it goes narrowly wide for Goofy Jord. Still nil.
Bit of rust for Pogba, just back from suspension.
We'll see another highlight in that game as well. We've moved to there whilst there's actual action going on.
So Danilo, and it's straight down the side to the keeper. Lloris picks up the loose ball on that one, and the highlight goes. It was a very, very quiet start. The first 10 minutes, literally no shots at goal for either team.
Fastest that Jord has got to 20 minutes in the game, all stream.
Right. We are underway now. We're underway in this match. We're watching on the Limo Blimp trademark to see where we can get to. Gabriel's picked the ball up now. Moise Keane's down on the wing, cuts it back towards Emerson. Jason, Moise Keane going to get the first chance of the match. No, he's not. Great block from Mozza, who tries to spring a counter attack, but it's picked out. Henderson recycles the ball, and again, it's just turned away by Mozza. So,
GYR is that to make a substitute. His key player, Conor Gallagher, has gone off injured. In comes Soriano.
Richarlison's just robbed Mozza's fullback, but again, nothing's really come to him, I'm afraid.
Wait and see.
Oh, unless there's any chance.
Really decent shot there by Emerson. You have to think if it was somebody else on the shot, we might have potentially seen
a bit more. Goal! Brilliant strike for GYR. I think it was Jones with a long effort, and it just came out of nowhere, really. Bit of a stuttering start to the highlight off a throw in down the left-hand side. Cresswell into Yedda, who drops it back into Cresswell, inside to Jones, and gets it out from his feet at the top of the penalty box. Wellies the ball with his right foot, and it goes into the back of the net. GYR up 1-0, 40 minutes on the clock.
I mean, this is all Limo, to be honest, right now. 16 minutes played, 7 shots for Limo. Moz has touched the ball about 5 times. Also interesting as well that Limo is playing a double Volante, which, I mean, for a man who loves a 4-4-2, that's his go-to thing, isn't it? Like, he's got inverted wing backs, double Volantes. This is classic Limo coming out now. Although Mozza is on the attack. Is he just going to soak up pressure and try and hit on the break? It's cleared.
I'm watching GYR here, trying to get any reaction.
Ball through.
Not giving away much.
Vardy, it's a goal. Literally, the plan of try and hit on the break has not worked for Mozza because the ball's come back out. It's picked up by Richarlison, who's put the ball through for Vardy to run to and slides it past Mozza's goalkeeper. So it's 1-0 Limo.
It's an equaliser for Goofy Jord. A really good move down the right-hand side for Immobile. Drops back into midfield and then goes on a run down the right-hand side of the penalty box, gets the ball back again, puts it across the top of the 6-yard box, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin has a very, very simple tap-in from that range, and it's back to 1-1.
We're heading into half-time there. Very, very, very tight game between GYR and Goofy Jord is there in half-time.
Yep. Yeah, it was. There was not a lot in it, to be honest. It was a slow start, not many shots on target, and we have reached half-time, as you say, 1-1.
And I'm here sitting, listening in both their streams to see if I can get any insight from either of the players. They're both sitting in silence, not even playing music. It is riveting stuff here.
Chiesa's in, it's cleared. Oh, Rabiot's head over the bar. Chance for Mozza. Chance, but unfortunately, we're going to win 1-0 at half-time to Limo.
Jack admits he's scared of every highlight now. He doesn't feel confident at all in this game.
We are half time in that game. The other game is kicking off, though. That's worked out quite well.
Yeah, with 3 minutes in, it's a current highlight. GYR playing the ball nicely, goes slightly longer and wins it in midfield. And it's a through ball for Firmino, and the goalkeeper does enough to parry it out for a corner kick. Over on the far side, it will be a corner kick to GYR. Corner kick comes in from Cresswell, left-footed, into that near-post area, and it's cleared away. The danger is cleared.
That looked like a very scary clearance, that. I thought he was going to bust it into his own net there.
GYR reacted. He thought it was in.
That would have been quite comical.
Are the players of Goofy going to react now with a highlight themselves? Immobile, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. As long as he held his run, which I think he did, then it's a perfectly good goal. Good opportunity for Immobile. Slots it underneath the goalkeeper for 2-1 for Goofy Jord.
First thing that GYR did was instantly kicking his goalkeeper, hovered the substitute button, and then thought better of it. He's now changing his individual instructions, passing slightly more direct from his attacking playmaker, less pressing from his defensive midfielder, his defenders even. So he's worried about that ball over the top.
Has the necessity to change that player because of the injury really affected GYR? Because he went 1-0 up and now he's 2-1 down, having had to make that change. It's been interesting.
Mozza's gone to that more attacking formation than he had when he first started the match. He had a Paqueta in that advanced playmaker role just behind the 2 strikers. When he saw how Limo would set up, he instantly dropped him back into the centre of midfield. He's now gone back to put him up there as well because he needs to get a goal. But in order to get a goal, he actually needs to get the football, which he hasn't really had much of in that first half. Limo's just basically just got to sit as he is right now.
Goal for GYR, back to 2-2. A little bit of an opportunity to cross the ball in from the far side on the right-hand side of the penalty box. And again, I think it's Jones with his second goal of the game. There's a chance in there to get the ball in. Firmino does get to the byline, cuts it back, and the on-running Jones at the top of the 6-yard box powers the ball home, and it is back to 2-2, 61 minutes on the clock.
Interestingly, minutes before that, Pogba's come off for George. So he's back in Serrano again. Not an enforced change, just felt like it was a thing to do.
The key player coming off for George. That's an interesting move. Maybe not as key as he maybe thought, but I mean, it's a really tight game, isn't it? Similar amount of shots.
Paqueta has been replaced by Madison now for Mozza. I think I mean, he still seems pretty calm, but he needs to do something because he's not really changing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, Limo's just sort of sat there having a nice time, just talking away to himself in his chat. And then Moz's, again, looks pretty relaxed despite the fact he's 1-0 down. Needs to get a bit of impetus going on, I think.
Definitely.
Ooh. Hit the post from a long-range effort for GYR. The highlight continues, but now it finishes. Really good long-range effort. Quite unlucky.
Can't make any more subs, and Moz is trying to make more subs, and it's just, oh no. Moz has realised he can't make subs, which means he's made a massive change.
It's a howler.
It's a howler from Areola, the goalkeeper, and it's 3-2 to Goofy George. And it is an absolute howler. The ball goes over the top down the right-hand side. Immobile charges down the keeper. The goalkeeper dives at his feet, misses completely, and Immobile sidesteps him from a very narrow angle and puts it in the back of the net. We are 3-2 to Goofy George with about 10 minutes to play.
Right, so
George,
sorry, so Moz has changed his issue where he was going to bring Maddison on to play that AP role. He'd actually managed to pull that player off and then stick a striker on instead. So he's gone with 3 up top rather than playing with an AP. So this is his chance to try and get some. He's got to go for it, and it looks like he's going to from now on.
Again with the through ball for Immobile, and he's challenged really badly by Bastoni, who's already on a yellow card in the box. Goes down. It will be under review for a penalty. It's an absolute given. Surely.
Belotti's just injured someone in the top row. Balls through, and all he's got to do is he needs to put power on it, but he's aiming for that top corner, and he's injured someone who's in a restricted view seat. Really, really.
The red card.
Bastoni sent off. Penalty is given. Goofy George 3-2 up currently. The game is paused by GYR before we could get to the penalty kick. But yeah, Bastoni is off with a couple of minutes of play to go.
Big shout here from Goofy George chat. Put zoom on it.
He has not.
It's Immobile, and it is a goal, 4-2 with a couple of minutes to play. Goofy George looks like he's going to beat GYR and go through.
Goal for Mozza. He's finally got the football, which means he's finally got an equaliser. He looks so much better in this system, and he's actually exploiting some gaps that Limo's defence is leaving. Chiesa's been moved through to complete wing back rather than as a midfield attacker. Pulls the ball back, keeper spills it, and it's Belotti who taps in, makes it 1-1. 20 minutes to go. Mozza's in the ascendancy, so this could potentially swing round.
Final whistle has come and gone here. Goofy George with a 4-2 win over GYR.
I have to say, Goofy George charted the most fickle group. He took off Pogba. It was no, why? FFS, what's happening? And then, genius move. Well done.
You have to feel for GYR, though, getting so close and then conceding an 89th minute penalty. That also has your centre-back sent off. A good one at that, with it being Bastoni. Very, very unfortunate for him. But it looks like we might get extra time in the other fixture, Tony.
Yeah, we just had a big chance for Limo where he's managed to miss a header from relatively close range. I think that Mozza's probably happier with extra time than Limo is, because Mozza's in the ascendancy. If I was Mozza, I'd probably not change too much right now. I can see that he is starting to tweak and do something, but I guess that's maybe natural as you go into extra time. You think you're going to have to make some changes, but he's got Limo rattled. I'd leave it as it is, personally.
Well, we can see some changes. I will open up Limo's stream as well, so we can have a look at what he's thinking about doing during this extra time.
Limo looks calm again. He's just straight through the middle, like classic Limo, where play the ball through the middle, get the ball worked in the box, and he's still got a sub option as well if he wants one. Could be some interesting choices. Maybe Richarlison starting to flag a little bit. David Neres looks like he's struggling. Mozza's got a couple of players who look tiring. Chiesa in particular, but I would keep Chiesa on because he's very, very dangerous for him now that he's actually getting him into the game. But you would be worried about those players just tiring and maybe making a mistake. It looks like Lorenzo Luca's come on. I didn't actually see who for. Think it's for Giroud actually in the in the extra time substitute. So that's an interesting change. But it is technically like for like, big man for big man. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the right change.
Well, Lima's just got a sub as well. Good for him. As we can see on his screen. And no highlights so far.
Richarlison's just gone close with a header.
I feel like Limo's stream might be behind, so we shall refresh that and move to Moz's.
Sorry, everyone who was watching on the main play. I bring great tales from the future.
This is tense stuff, isn't it, lads? Moz looks happy enough with it, though.
Yeah, Moz looks fine now that he's in the ascendancy. But even then, he didn't look stressed when he was a goal down either. Like, he knew what he was doing, but now he switched to that slightly more attacking formation. He's actually, as I say, he's actually seeing the football. But look at those stats, though. 28 shots from Limo, 13 from Moza, 2.29 XG. I don't know, we talk about XG, and it doesn't really mean much, but there's chances that Limo's missed. And if he goes out because of that, he's going to kick himself, really.
Mazda's keeper might be MVP of this one because he won a game with 9 shots, 5 on target versus 33. I think I was watching earlier. I think it was against Goofy George.
There's a highlight now, though.
And to be fair, Moz's goal itself came from Fraser Forster spilling the ball back out. And of course, Forster is the substitute goalkeeper, the backup goalkeeper, I should say, really, for Limo. And he had the option of putting his quote unquote first choice back in for today's match. So might that be a decision that comes back to haunt him? And that's a reckless tackle, surely.
VAR for a red card review? When's the last time that
happened? Maybe red card. Are they going to go straight red? Or
he's got away with it, I think. That's a first.
Look how much space confused.
I've never seen the red card review as we enter the penalty shootout. And Tony, here's your game. So you will provide us the wonderful commentary on the penalties and build it up.
Oh, here we go. Right. I mean, he's putting Luca in there, who's got anxious. Get Ward-Prowse on it. Absolutely. Tchouameni, you can't. Chiesa's looking all right. Gallardo's not entirely convinced. Mancini. I mean, look, you just got to get your players lined up. You want your goalkeeper to score for the narrative. That's what you want, right? But he's got to be fairly confident going in. There's some reasonably good spot kick takers in that lineup. Kieran Trippier right at the bottom. Surprised his penalty taking is as low as it is, but again, the composure of all these players could be what's key. You want to look at the pressure these guys are under, not necessarily just their penalty taking ability, but like I say, those composure attributes are really key as well. As we step up now for the first one, and it's going to be Jamie Vardy, I believe, for Limo. Saved!
Maybe Limo would have been happier if he'd been sent off in the end there then.
Huge Belotti now against Fraser Forster. So he's missed. He's at the post. Milner.
Jeez.
Milner. What's Milner going to do? Scores.
Finally, some composure.
Yeah.
I mean, you expect that from Milner, don't you?
Classiest man in the Premiership.
Captain Marvel.
And Ketcher. Scores.
Oh, Eddie Nketiah with the composure.
It wasn't Eddie Nketiah.
Hendo. Scores as well.
That seemed to go through the goalkeeper.
It did a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
JWP. Is this a bit close for him? He normally likes them from about 25, 30 yards. Goal 3-3. No, sorry, 2-2 now. Sorry. Third penalty taken. Richarlison. Oh, it'd be a shame if he missed, wouldn't it, for Limo? He's no doubt about that top corner.
No doubt.
Very nice penalty.
Incredible penalty. Tchouameni comes in now. Goal. This is more like it. This is more like it. Kai George, big moment for the Brazilian.
Moza looks stressed.
Oh, the
Oh, that's a bad miss. Keeper went the wrong way as well. So if he'd have got on target, that would have been a great finish. But Chiesa's coming now. Bear in mind, he is knackered. He's ran his socks off for 120 minutes. Does what Italians do in penalty shootouts. Moza gets the dub. Limo has got to feel hard done by there.
Well, Moza makes his way to the semi-finals once again. Obviously, he was the finalist last time out. Are we going to see Moza do it again? Nobody thought he would. Maybe we will. I shall switch us
It's like I picked him to win the thing several times. I picked him for MVP, top goal scorer, and winning the thing.
I'm intentionally ignoring everything Owen's ever said.
You're not getting away with that one, son.
Well, we have the quarterfinals results. We had Mozza beat Limo to seal his spot in the semi-finals on penalties, and we had Goofy George dominate and beat GYR FM 4-2. So that means our semi-final fixtures: FM Girl versus Mozza and Sweet Left Foot versus Goofy George. Now we will start with Owen. Who are we seeing in the finals after this match?
Oh, I'm so conflicted because Mozza makes me look like a genius, but I want Alice to win. You got to back the wasted possession crew. And Alice was like, I said she'd scrape through in qualifying. Didn't think she'd do as well as she's done. And it's all come together for her. The big meaty fella up front and Dele Alli running the show. I'm going to back Alice because Mozza has struggled for goals. He's got an equalizer and got you on penalties, whereas Alice has got momentum behind her. And you got to go Sweet Left Foot after that. Goofy George's been up and down. I don't know. It's knockout football. I don't think it can happen, though, to give the cliche today.
She's also had a rest as well. Mozza's players have just ran for another 120 minutes, so that could potentially come into play. I think the FM Girl, this is her chance. This is her chance to make history right now. Is the momentum with Mozza? You're right about the lack of goal scoring. I think that is a concern for Mozza, to be honest. And FM Girl does have goals in her. So you know what? Yeah, let's back her. Let's get Alice into the final, and then who's she going to play up on the final? It's hard to look past Sweet Left Foot at the minute, isn't it? The man's just not conceding goals right now, and as good as Goofy is having as a tournament, and he's taken out a huge competitor there in GYR. I think again, Sweet Left Foot's had another week's worth of rest, and his players haven't even conceded shots, never mind goals. So Sweet Left Foot versus FM Girl for the final. That's what I'm going for, but I don't think it's going to be a runaway for Sweet Left Foot. I think George will push him, but I still think that Michael edge it.
For me, there's a question in there. Ultimately, that you've got the advantage for Sweet Left Foot and FM Girl that they haven't had to play that big long game. Just that last game that we were watching. But my question is, and I genuinely don't know the answer to this. I'd be really interested in what you guys think. Is there a negative or a benefit for FM Girl and Sweet Left Foot purely in game terms for watching other teams play and not be part of that round? Is there a momentum morale boost that those two winning teams will get to bring into this next fixture? I don't know the answer as to whether that's the way it works or not, but they have continued their momentum whilst the two that have been waiting missed a game week out. Is that a thing?
So it's very much, because this is a database, it's very much the same as our normal saves. They're not allowed a range of friendlies, so there'll be a small bit of match sharpness might go away. They will get some rest, so they should all have full fitness and everything that way. Get extra time for injury recovery. But I would rather have the bye generally. And both of them, well, especially Sweet Left Foot, are coming in undefeated, so his dynamics will be through the roof. Alice has had a couple of wins on the bounce, so her dynamics should be okay. But you can't say the same for the other guys before the knockout stage.
You also want to wrap players like Andy Carroll and Cotton Wool as well. Your players who might only give you 70% at best for 2 games on the bounce. I mean, Mozza, I highlighted there that Chiesa ran himself into the ground. Chiesa was really good for Mozza in that second half. If he's 70% fit leading into this match, does he risk starting him? And does he risk putting him through another physically competitive match, or does he hold him back and bring him on as a substitute? He might need him a bit earlier. You never know. Of course, Goofy as well has got players on the flip side banging form. Immobile has just scored a hat trick. Calvert-Lewin is banging the goals in. So we talk about morale manager. Goofy's not coming into this at all by going, oh, well, I've scraped through. He hasn't scraped through at all. He's been really, really good. So his squad and his camp are going to feel like they can take anybody on. So, as I say, our Mike's lot, they've had an extra week stretching and muscle robes and all that sort of stuff. Are they focused? Maybe. But George has definitely got a tune out of his players, an absolute tune and a half.
Well, we can take a look at the current goal scorers while we wait. Everyone's nearly ready, waiting on 3 of the 4 to hit submit team before we can go into that. We have Ciro Immobile, apparently one of Owen's picks for Fraud FC, currently joint top of the goal scorers. You would imagine he will maybe score another 1 or 2 here and potentially in the final to put him above Jamie Vardy, who's also on 7. We have Ings and Skamaka on 5. Solanke and Ben Yedder on 4, and Belotti and Cresswell on 3. Now, not all of those players are still available. Ings, Ben Yedder, Cresswell, and Vardy are not going to score any more goals. They're no longer in the competition. Any predictions as to who we think is going to take that top scorer's title? We'll start with Owen, considering he does not like Immobile.
Andy Carroll.
Let's go.
I do not like Immobile. I don't like Immobile, but he has got, I believe, 2 penalties. But there's 5 other goals. I mean, Mike is averaging probably 5 goals a game from the groups. I don't think he did score under 5 from memory. Not any of the games I watched.
You drew 1-1 with Buster. I think that might be the only one.
Oh, sorry, the last one was 1-1. Yeah, I mean, it could be any one of Immobile or Skamaka. Really, it's a lot of Immobile is getting in behind, breaking 1-on-1 goals and penalties. Skamaka is just any lob the ball into the box, he's winning. On top of that, Solanke has actually set up 3 of Skamaka's goals, 2 of Skamaka's goals I've seen. So Solanke is the best player of the 3, but he's selfless, unlike the greedy man that is Ciro Immobile. He can't get behind that.
How about you, Kev?
Immobile, I would imagine at this point. He's in good form. I think there's another opportunity in this particular match coming up to get a goal or so. I think he's my guy at this point. However surprising that might be to some.
I've got the stats leading into this match as well, so not just the goals. Obviously Owen's mentioned there with regards to assists. Solanke's actually got 4 assists this tournament. Leading the assists is Rafinha for FM Go with 5. Immobile has also got 5 assists as well. So not just 7 goals, 5 assists. He's really weighing in terms of his productivity for Goofy's team. As I say, Solanke with 4, David Neres with 4 for Limo as well, 4 for Aaron Cresswell, and 4 for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. In terms of goal scorers, in terms of average rating, I should say, Skamaka is the top rater in the database so far, 8.35 from 4 appearances. Cresswell is 8.3. Dominic Solanke is 8.14, along with Payet at 8.07. Ciro Immobile is 7.93. Alex Telles 7.90. So they're both Goofy's picks. Interesting news for FM Girl coming into this match.
The games are starting, sorry, Tony, so we might
it's all right. I was just going to let you know that Dan Burn and Rafinha both suspended.
Oh, amazing. I'm sure Alice will probably find it a little bit difficult without those 2. I know she is heavily relying on them, and I'm not joking. It might be, you might hear Dan Burn and not expect it to be a big one,
so
but for Alice it definitely is.
Who's watching what here, Ali?
I reckon we go with Tony and Kev.
I've still got Moz's stream up from the last.
Go for Mozza and FM Girl then, and then Owen, you take Sweet Left Foot and
Goofy George.
Yeah.
Okay. The interesting thing you mentioned by chat, to be fair, from Mozza, we called it the Group of Deck Group A. All 3 of the Group A contestants still in the game.
Well, that means that Group B was definitely the Group of Death then, because everyone went out.
No, they lost all of Group A. I get jokes. I get jokes.
Oh,
So we have 15% of chat think FM Girl will win versus Mazda. We did a prediction on that. 85% with Mazda.
Mazda's been lucky in my opinion thus far, and we have a goal already.
We do indeed. It's a goal for Sweet Left Foot. Dominic Solanke set up this time down the left. It's just after pausing, so I can't see who got it.
It was Hernandez on the assist.
Yes,
yeah,
that was my guess. Left back. Slide the ball across. I mean, defense are nowhere to be found here. Barella bursts through the line, plays Rafinha, who plays through ball to Hernandez. He's in behind the defense, and Solanke just beats his man for pace. It's an easy tap-in.
We are 1-0 there.
2 minutes in. And I definitely have to reload my stream.
We've had nothing in the Mozza FM Girl match just yet. It's quite
here.
A cagey affair.
Rodrigo for Immobile. Ball into that Calvert-Lewin. It's a goal. Might be hint of offside there. They're not going to check it, though. Unlucky if you're Sweet Left Foot here. There's a tackle. Ball falls to Rodrigo again after his tackle. He plays it straight across to Calvert-Lewin, who's lurking just inside the penalty spot.
Oh, big chance. Big chance for FM Girl. Pellegrini's gone one-on-one. Huge save from Mozza's goalkeeper. Corner comes in, headed away. So Mozza manages to avoid the first big chance against his goal.
Oh.
And then FM Girls retaliated by just booting someone behind.
That was amazing. Alexander Arnold just booted him, but got away with it, really.
Yeah, no Alexander Arnold, who has... Oh, no, she's missed. Alexander Arnold, who, of course, got sent off earlier on in the tournament as well.
Alice loves a good shoe-in in a game of football, to be
fair. That red card from Alexander Arnold earlier on really did help her. So maybe going down to 10 men should be the move.
Oh, the scramble in the box. It's absolute pandemonium. The keeper's picked it up. The Ox smashed the ball. Like, sea of bodies in there from a free kick, and it bounces around. The keeper picks it out of the air.
Goal for Mozza. Goal for Mozza. The ball's come to Chiesa. He is playing. Pulls it back to Rabiot. Chiesa then pops it to the back post, and it's the most beautiful man in world football, Olivier Giroud, with a header at the back post, beating Joe Gomez. And it's 1-0 Mozza. And yeah, Mozza's had 2 chances, so he is taking his opportunity when they come.
This game is mental. The ball's cleared off the line for Goofy George shot, and the sweet left foot from a corner just volleyed off the line. It's absolute intense stuff here. Free kick for Alex Tellez. He's after stitching it. It's not the best free kick in the world. It was a good height for the keeper, but beats them at his left-hand post. I genuinely thought that was going to be dealt with. That is absolutely after shocking me.
Mike does not look best pleased with
Mike
that one.
is not going to be happy with that. Keeper, well, maybe it's better than I thought in first viewing. It wasn't bad, to be fair.
FM Girl's creating chances here, but she's just not very clinical with them. Another highlight, but nothing off that one. But yeah, FM Girl, 7 shots at goal, only 2 on target, 5 and 3 for Mozza. That's the tail of it, really.
Yeah, I think the second Andy Carroll comes on, that's what's going to... Andy Carroll is actually on, sorry. I think that's a worry if we haven't really seen a highlight with him involved right now. But you're right, yeah, just taking those opportunities, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Hands here for sweet left foot. Theo Hernandez down the left wing is Randlin's the pitch. Cross, back post, header. Oh, it's well contested and it goes over the bar.
Oh,
another really clear chance. Yeah.
That looked offside to me, but it wasn't from FM Girl.
Headphones are off for Alice.
Yeah, it was a great. Like it was. Ogbonna came flying in with a header to win the ball on the halfway line. Really aggressive. It just looked. It basically gave the impetus for the whole move. But the ball's played through, and Immobile is. It's Insigne. Sorry, has put it wide, and it should have been a goal. Should have been a goal.
Diaz ran down the wing 30 yards. He's tackled. Ball falls to the Ox. It's crossed. It's dropped by the keeper and it's tapped in by Dimitri Payet. It's an absolute howler from Hugo Lloris. It's the most Spursy thing you've ever seen in an important game. It's crossed into his, directly at his feet. He goes down on one knee and just spoons it out to Dimitri Payet. It's absolute shocking keeping. He'd no one there. His own man standing behind him maybe put pressure on him, but oh my God.
Shocking keeping. Just use your hands, catch the ball. It was going slow enough. It would have been easy enough to catch that. That's disgraceful goalkeeping from Goofy George's keeper there.
Mike so far has put 2 shots on target. He has 2 goals. He is creating. He's just not hit the target with the other 4.
Oh!
Off very early pressure. Yeah, from FM Girl. Very early pressure.
Crisantes after curling an absolute beautiful goal. Oh my God, just played from outside the box. Nonchalantly, just whips his foot round it. Curls into the side netting. It wasn't just pure technique and placement, no power in it whatsoever, but lovely goal.
This is all FM Girl. Pellegrini's gone through again and just missed. How many chances is Mozza going to let FM Girl have before she scores this equaliser?
3-2, they're not even half time.
Has been the luckiest man I've ever seen in the playoffs. He's had some games where I think a good 50% of his games at least have kind of gone the opposition's way, but he's managed to get something from it.
Reece James has just justified the first pick of the draft there because he's after blocking a ball off the line. From 3 yards out, there's a shot. He throws his body at it, and it's gone for corner. Unbelievable from him. Captain of the team as well. It's all George, though. 7 shots to 16 for George. 17 before we end the half.
Yeah, Mozza's switched his midfield round, so he's gone for an extra body in that midfield just to try and shore up because Alice is in the ascendancy, to be honest. So Mozza needs to try and tighten this up for the next 10, 15 minutes, soak up some of that pressure. Otherwise, if he concedes, I think Alice is on the way to winning it.
She's taken off Andy Carroll, so she's not winning it.
So conflicted. I want Alice to win, but I want to look like a genius at the same time.
You want to be invited back next month as well, right?
Yeah. Mike has gone to attacking. He's changed a couple of instructions. Nothing too dramatic. Just tweaking. It looks like he's happy with what's happening. He just feels like he needs to get a bit more urgency into his team. We've kicked off the second half. Straight away, it looks like it's going to be a highlight for Mike. Play down the left wing, Theo Hernandez. Everything good has come through Theo Hernandez. He's going to whip a cross in. It's a terrible cross. Picked up by Reece James in the right full back position. The Ox plays Barella to the Ox. Back to Reece James. Going to whip across here, hopefully. No, he's going to take his man on.
He's going to might do it now.
Back to the Ox. Back to Reece James. They're messing around with it here and they're going to lose it, I think.
He's
done it.
He's
played it. It's offside, I think. I think he's off, is he?
He's on.
From Mike's camera, it's really hard to see. I've changed to Goofy George. We're going to get a review of this. I felt it was off on first look. This is why I need glasses. I got tested on Thursday. Clearly, he need those glasses.
Yeah. Alice
this is all
another chance, hasn't she? And
all FM girl is so bright. She's looking so bright since the start of the second half, but just cannot put the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, look at that heat map, Kev. She's just got the football everywhere, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's made 2 changes up front as well.
She's better on possession percentage. She's better on the XG. She's better on the shots on target, shots at goal in general. Everything is going in her favour, other than the fact they get in front of the goalkeeper and can't put it past him. Simple as, really.
FM Playoffs chats is in the mud here. They've said it's a mistake going attacking, just as Mike scored doing it. Shout out to Coach Zanko from the qualifiers.
Yeah, I think Mozza's goalkeeper deserves the MVP trophy if this one finishes 1-0 to Mozza, to be honest.
Currently on a 7.4, yeah.
Hugo Lloris should be taken outside and sent to the glue factory a shot because he's conceded 3 goals from 3 shots on target.
Sent to the glue factory, let's go. I mean,
it's in.
There it is.
Equalizer.
There it is.
Is it?
I think so. I
don't think it counts.
It's not going to VAR. It's in.
Yeah.
It's a goal. 1-1.
Yeah, he came from deep.
Digne with the free kick. Pellegrini, who's been brilliant for our all tournament, to be honest, with the header. Those two have linked up really nicely. Digne, Pellegrini, and Rafinha. They've been a key 3. And yeah, we said the pressure was there, didn't we, Kevin? It was coming. Now she's scored.
Yeah.
What's Mozza going to do?
10 minutes to play, and the momentum has been all Alice in this second half. Can she find that last minute winner?
Oh, Pogba's missed a sitter from the penalty spot. Oh, it's worked a lovely move down the right hand side, and it's played him sitting on the penalty spot. He spins on it and puts it 2 yards wide of the post. Rodrigo did so much good work on the right to create it. He'd be raging if you were playing with Pogba, wouldn't you?
Jack's had double the shots of Mike.
Free kick, it's a header. I believe it's offside.
It's on.
Scamacca.
That's onside. That is onside.
Definitely to go back to the optometrist if this doesn't work. It's a great free kick from Dimitri Payet. We said he creates moments out of nothing. And it's given. He absolutely floats an in-swinging cross. They tried to play an offside trap, but it looks like the front of the line, the guys in the near post, didn't follow the instruction and played on Scamacca. That looks like everyone but Scamacca was off.
We potentially have another extra time here for Mozza.
I was going to say, we're in a stoppage time here. 95 minutes. It's a free kick for Alice. Oh, it's headed away. This is normally Alice's time to score in at 95 minutes.
Don't remind me.
Lacroix, Digne, Gomez. Sorry, we'll stay with it because this might actually have something happen here. Digne, Lacroix again, Trent. Decore from distance and Murray with another wonderful save. It's a corner. What's happening now? Trent's going to pop it through.
For content, let this score.
Oh, it's cleared. It's cleared. We're going to go extra time here.
Goofy George has 6 minutes left to save his competition. Pogba's going off again. He hasn't trusted them all tournament. Anytime he's gone down, Pogba's immediately whipped off. So Castrovilli is in. Chris Smalling is going to come in for him at centre back. So he's going for set pieces by the looks of it. Chris Smalling, an absolute beanpole, 6'7", I believe, 6'5", maybe.
6'4". 6'7".
Yeah.
Chris Smalling.
I said 6'7", and I meant Zat Knight. I was thinking, that Knight.
Just to give
you back then.
Just to give you a bit of an understanding as to how how one-sided this one was. FM Girls XG was 2.17, Moz's was 0.96.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That second half was just all FM Girl.
Mike has a chance
all the
here.
way through.
Yeah.
Solanke down the wing, crosses it. It's knocked down. They're playing 1-2s in the box. It's an absolute worldie from Destro. Destro just played a 1-2 with Barella from about 10 yards out, and then just decided, I'm going to take this outrageously bad choice of shot. And has scored a phenomenal goal.
He just pointed his arms up like this.
Oh.
He expected to win this. I bet
What
he
an
feels so
absolute finish.
vindicated against his chat now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a lovely finish, isn't it?
I mean, Clayt is in for a really good win bonus if he takes home the trophy.
Once
Chance
again,
here for George. Out wide, Armstrong. From post, out to goal. Calvert-Lewin, game on. 5-4 to Mike.
Jeez.
if you're
George could have a panic attack by the look
if
of
you're Alice or Mozza at this point, Kev, what would you do going into extra time? Are you changing anything? Are you sticking with it as it is, or?
Obviously, FM Girl shouldn't be changing much, to be honest. She was so dominant in that second half of normal time. Mozza, on the other hand, I think needs to kind of find another gear to get into, but quite how you go about that. They're kind of playing similar setups, really. Couple of wing backs for both, and no wingers. So there's lots happening in the middle of the pitch. It's not working for Mozza though at the moment, really. So he's got to kind of do something different.
We're going to have a finalist here. Mike has made it 6-4. 4 minutes left. But credit to Mike. He didn't change it. He kept it attacking because he was doing better with it on that. And they've went and won the game. Theo Hernandez wreaking havoc down the left-hand side again.
There is still 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. So let's not count anything out yet. This game has been pretty
over.
wild.
I'm calling it. It's done.
We're just about coming to half time and extra time here. What I did find interesting, Kev, while we were talking, was that Alice was doing her set plays again, and where she's been with 2 players back at all times, even for attacking set plays, she's now gone with 3 at the back, even attacking. So she's very conscious of being hit on the counter attack as she comes through now with Martial, and another save from Larray. He's going to have Summer. He's going to have the keys to the city. You know, he's been brilliant today.
Yeah.
23 shots. Mozza's had 11.
Well, it is full time in the other game. Sweet Left Foot is one of your FM playoffs June.
Yep.
FM 22, should I say. FM playoffs June finalists. We are in the second half of extra time between Alice and Mozza. Let's see who's going to meet Sweet Left Foot. Sweet Left Foot. I mean, Sweet Left Foot has to be the favourite, right? Going in as these two are making changes. He dominated the groups. He's not lost a game yet. Surely he's the favourite.
We could have a true final. Top of the group versus top of the group if Alice can pull it off here.
Luca's gone close.
At what point can I start singing Waste Possession chants?
Interestingly enough as well, Andrew's just dropped a stat for us. Sweet Left Foot has never played against Mozza or FM Guild in a competitive draft. So we'll have a first time meeting and it will be on the grandest stage. Let's see what's happening.
There's genuine tension in this match right now. Oh, Martial.
So close.
Do you know what's mad? Oh, go on.
Go for it. No, go for it.
Penalties.
We'll go with the
penalties.
Penalties.
Look at the composure of Alice's team. Wow.
Yeah. And you know what? All the way down to Pellegrini, she's got penalty taking up to 11. That's a lot of players who can take a penalty, but she's got 2 players there, Martial and Vinicius, both a little bit anxious. That's not really ideal. Looking across over at Mozza's team have clearly practiced penalties. He's got Italian penalty kick takers. They are all cool as you like. They've been there before. They know what they need to do. Kev, where's your money at?
Well, you'd want to call it for FM Girl at this point only because of how successful she was in the latter part of the game. But in saying that, she did not manage to convert the chances. And maybe that's just the moment where Mozza can say, you have to convert your chances. I don't know. I'll stick my neck out and say Mozza might win this.
She's gone with the 2 strikers as well, who are both a little bit anxious. Vinicius has missed the first one. Oh. Her first 2 penalty kick takers have both been a little bit anxious. Madison, 1-0 Mozza.
think Madison missed his first one last time, didn't he?
Yeah. Here comes Martial again.
Straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle, though.
Alice is egging on Weaverton here.
Mm-hmm. Lovely penalty. Lovely penalty.
There's the composure that we saw of Moz's players, wasn't it? They all looked very chilled out.
Smashes it.
What?
Penalty that is.
What?
I thought that had been saved. Adrian Rabiot now stepping up to take it.
Moza, as Rabiot was stepping up, was please don't be a fraud. Please don't be a fraud.
No frauds here. Here's Dele Alli, though. Big time moment. Lovely penalty.
The keeper battled it.
He did.
Straight through the middle of him, wasn't it?
It looked like it.
JWP tucks it in.
Here we go.
Do or die.
This is the killer
Down
now.
to the pressure kicks. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, stick piano is foaming.
She put Trent Alexander-Arnold on the penalty in spite of Markow having better penalty kick taking with composure.
Oh, he's missed it.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That's it. It's over.
Oh.
Moza goes through. She was so dominant. Oh, wow.
She opted to put Trent Alexander-Arnold on the penalty when Markow had 13 penalty kick taking and 15 composure, and Trent had 15 composure as well, but had 12 penalty kick taking. That call looks like it might be the one that has cost Alice in the end. But we have our final confirmed. Sweet left foot versus a returning finalist, Moza. Now, lads, I'm going to switch to the 4-box. Who do we think's going to win? We'll start with Owen because he's pointing at his already inflated head.
Not saying I'm a genius. Not saying I'm a genius, but I mean, Moza found a way despite. I still think he's the best draft. I said he was going to struggle for goals. He has struggled for goals. But seems to find a way. He's battling from behind in nearly all the games, even in the group stages. He's not panicking. He did the same last tournament. He came back. He was 2 goals down, I think, at the 87th minute. And won it in normal time against Goofy Jordan in the semi-final. I fancy Moza. And I think he'll win too.
What about you, Kev?
Well, my dark horse to win the thing was Sweet Left Foot. But I then also sort of slightly contradicted that in another prediction and saying that he would get to the final and lose it. So I'm kind of sort of win, lose, whatever I do. I'm going to go with a Sweet Left Foot at this point. I think the momentum, morale is with him. He's looked really amazing all the way through. The formation, wherever it and whoever it's come from, has been magnificent. And so I'm going to go Sweet Left Foot.
And last but certainly not least, Tony. What's the vibe?
I mean, it's going to come down to Murray, isn't it? He's had shooting practice all through this entire tournament, and Mike's strikers have been shooting for days. If Murray has another game of his life, Moza lifts the trophy. If Murray plays like a normal goalkeeper, Moza, I can't see him taking the lead. I can't see Moza taking the lead in the match and keeping it. That's the thing. I think he's set up to hit on the break, and I just think that Mike's maybe got a little bit too much up front for him. I would love to see him do it. I'd love to see Moza win, obviously, but you know what? To get to 2 finals back to back, you've got to put respect on that man's name right now. We joked about him leading into the last couple of months, going, he's not great, but he's gone there. He's absolutely gone there, and he's had a great time. So I hope it's not a demolition job. Really, I hope that it's close. I hope that it's tight. Part of me wants to go to penalties though, because. Could you imagine that? 3 matches in a row where Moza gets a penalty win. That would be huge. Moza's essentially, he's going to hate me saying this, Moza is basically Gareth Southgate, right? That's what he's doing.
Greece 2004,
wow.
maybe.
Let's go.
Shout as well to FM Girl, by the way, coming with the raid. Alice, so unlucky. Yeah.
She's done herself a lot of justice with that result. But we have the graphic, the final. We have the boss, Moza, versus the man who may save a little bit of money on shipping with his full-time print. Sweet Left Foot. Probably not the most flattering way of presenting them. But for the final, we're going to run it how we run it in last month's final, where during the commentary phases, I would call it. And as the ball's gone out or gone in, go in, lads. Obviously, try not to step over each other, but give your little pieces of knowledge and analysis there, because mine isn't particularly great, and you guys carry me on this. Well done to you three, by the way. Before we go into the finals.
Just quickly, we have a minute left in the poll for who's going to be the grand champion. Is it going to be Mazza or Sweet Left Foot, who will be an undefeated champ if he wins this game?
I mean, it's looking like Sweet Left Foot, judging by
shockingly, who'd have thought? Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. J has just put in the chat there that FM Girl is still the people's champion. She loves that she continues to prove people wrong every single time. And you know what? Got to agree with that. A lot of people had said that that she was going to be sat at the bottom, but you know what? She definitely showed everyone else. So big shout to Alice, of course.
Oof. It's pretty one-sided in this prediction as we're about to close out the poll. It's 24% going for Mazza, probably all employed by him on the playoffs, and 76% going for the undefeated Sweet Left Foot. Talk about changing a narrative. The chat weren't with Mike. They weren't with his drafting. He's a loyal fan base, and he's broken the heart of a few times. I think a long overdue win. It's been a while.
It has been a while since he's won, and I think the only thing he has won is the Super League. He's not had success in any
He also won a league in the Streamer Showdown, I believe. And then immediately follows up by coming last.
That doesn't really count, no. League champion.
League champion of the Streamer Showdown counts. That's 100%.
Who remembers the Streamer Showdown League champion? No one. Absolutely no one. So
I think Mike might.
Yeah.
maybe he does, but he might be the only one. Him and Owen.
Jeb was complimentary of Mike. Not sure why, because he's a monster to everyone else, to be fair. He has called it out in chat. We'll give him credit. He was drinking at the time as well, though, so you can't trust his judgment.
No, definitely not. I certainly won't be. But we are nearly there for the finals. We've had our predictions. I never gave mine. I don't think you can look past Sweet Left Foot here. He's undefeated. Moz has been very lucky, in my opinion. He scraped through a lot of games. Maybe that's the plan. But
has Moz's tactic been conserve energy for his players?
Oh,
just,
big news here. Ward-Prowse is an orange injury. He's debating whether to start him or not. Ward-Prowse has been pretty key to all his goals being more free kicks.
The injury is a tight thigh. It's the final. Bloody play him, is what I'd say.
He's currently thinking about it. He does have Cody out as well, who is good in the back three that he plays.
Thing is, with JWP with a thigh injury, like all I'm getting now in my head, like instantly, I've got like the end of a sports movie. You know, like where you get like the American football and the punter has got a damaged calf and he has to go on for the final kick in the last seconds, and it's the longest kick he's ever done. I get the impression that JWP is going to be sent onto the pitch with that hamstring bandaged like all the way down his leg to send one final corner in, and it's going to land on Olivier Giroud's head, and that's going to be the moment we're all going to talk about. We're going to forget the fact that JWP's leg has come off at the same time, and he has to that's what gets carried at the end of the match for the celebrations. They're running around JWP's leg, but you've got he's there for a reason, right?
Rabiot's in for Ward-Prowse. It looks like he'd moved him to box. He's listening to our stream now. He's unsure what to do. Hi, Mazza. Give us a wave.
Wave JWP's leg if you can.
I mean, we did talk about the importance of set pieces earlier. So losing out on Ward-Prowse for a final is not a great thing, is it? In that sense.
I mean, he does have Maddison who can take a free kick. I know he's nowhere near as effective, but he does have that there as well. Plus, Trippier's not too bad at set plays as well, particularly from direct free kicks. Corners, however, he might struggle a little bit more from corners because JWP does give you that as opposed to just free kicks. So,
interestingly, he's starting Chiesa as a left back because when we talk about this, I haven't watched him as a game yet.
He's been using Chiesa as a. This is Chiesa coming in now, I believe.
Chiesa is at the door.
He's starting as a left. He's starting as a left back. As a left back, you say? Like, yeah. No, he's been in a complete wing back, and he's worked really well for him. To be honest, it's something I've used a couple of times with wingers playing as wing backs. Sometimes even a bit lower. The match engine works really nicely with that, so he has got a lot of benefit out of Chiesa rather than playing him a little bit higher, which you'd probably expect straight away. But then, say what he offers you going forward, maybe less defensively, but I'm presuming that's Nketiah's going to do the covering as part of that. But then again, he's a wide centre back, but he's not on attack. He's not Alice. He's wide centre back and defend.
Well, we are nearly there. We are waiting for the lads to hit go to match. No changes in the lineup for Sweet Left Foot, so I guess he'll be very content with that. In terms of Moses, we know he's had some injuries. Tony, would you like to share those with us?
Moses' injuries, yes, absolutely, we'll get those out because I can tell you if you're struggling. No, I've got it here. Don't worry. So Destro is out for a couple of with a lower leg issue for Sweet Left Foot, along with Oxlade-Chamberlain. Food poisoning. Moz has been sending the dodgy kebabs around beforehand. Do you remember remember Lasagna Gate when West Ham got done with that? It's callback central right here. Connor Cody's out with a twisted ankle for 3 weeks. James Ward-Prowse 1 day for Mozza. What is worth noting as well, you say there that Mike's not changed his team. He's also got, that screen you get before you run up the pitch. Everything is green. Everything's green. Like, that's squad cohesion. Everyone's on board with the tactics, the mentality. He's got all that. Whereas, Mozza maybe might not have that. And that's a thing as well leading into these big finals.
Well, we are very nearly there. We're just waiting for Mozza to hit that button, and he does. We are into the finals, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us for this long, particularly when we had some of the earlier issues that we have had. But let's see who the winner of the FM22 June playoffs will be. Mozza isn't done yet. He's doing some other instructions. I'm not too sure why he didn't do these at the other screen, but I guess we'll wait and see. I'm sure he's got a plan.
Every game he's done this. It's really weird.
Like, just make your mind up, boss.
Because that's the thing. Like how much does it affect? Because some people told me in my chat before, like if you train the week with your tactic and then make changes on match day just before you go to the game start, the players are sort of going, well, hang on, we used to, we set up for this. You've then given a bunch of instructions, go, right, out you go, lads, and then, oh, by the way, here's a piece of paper, change your plan. Like that's going to throw people off, surely, throw your team off. And it's an interesting tactic, but it's one that's worked for him so far. So I guess
piece of paper has got to just say, oh, please God, let there be penalties. That's the instruction they open just 90 seconds into the game.
It's a list of penalty takers that you get given at the start of the match. None of you lot get injured or sent off because we need you.
Well, we are nearly here. The little players are walking out of the tunnel. This stadium looks incredibly small for the playoffs final, but I guess we filled it, and we've kicked off. It is Sweet Left Foot versus Mozza in the final, and immediately Sweet Left Foot's given a pause. It looks like he's forgotten to do his opposition instructions, and has Mozza also paused it as well? It looks like he's forgot to do the same.
Yeah, well, Mozza now needs to change the instructions that he's changed leading into the match, which was changed from when he was in the dressing room. So
it's the pressure of a prestige event. That's all it is.
You're going to change your mic. I think you might have accidentally disconnected the mic or something.
Your mic is incredibly loud, Kev.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Kev's on stadium announcer duty this afternoon.
Yeah. And in the red corner,
with the owner of a Vauxhall Astra.
Well, here we are. The first highlight. It's Sweet Left Foot in possession. Payet distributes it out wide to Rafinha. He crosses the ball in. Scamacca with the head. It's straight at the keeper. Mere holds firm. It seemed to be a bit quick for a highlight, so I am wondering if it will carry on. The ball goes forward to Giroud, who heads it to Maddison, who's cleared through on goal at the moment. He takes it from distance, and it ricochets off the crossbar. We are still 0-0. 18 minutes into the game. And we are straight into another highlight now. Chiesa with the throw, headed away, and it's Sweet Left Foot in possession, cleared away by Mozza's defense, but Kimpembe manages to collect the ball. Barella, it is Theo Hernandez on this left-hand side. He's got lots of options in the box. He'll be looking for Scamacca. He finds him. We are 1-0 here in the final. 19 minutes in. Sweet Left Foot leads and is currently on course to be your FM playoffs champion.
It's the crab rave.
I mean, it's my boy Scamacca. I said that he was one of the budget picks that people should be looking out for. He's big, he's meaty, he's powerful in the air. And that's what you need. You want someone who's going to get up above centre halves and score those goals. And yeah, now we have to look and see what Moz has got. Has he got anything creatively?
Well, we see the highlight here. This. It's potentially another split left foot, but Moza does retain possession. Trippier is easily sealed out there by Rafinha, though. Trippier did not put any effort in. It's Payet. Oxlade-Chamberlain, he's found a bit of space. Could go for the shot, and it's over the bar. Owen, what do you make of the play so far?
This is going to plan for Moza, because this is when he does his best football. He doesn't do anything for the next 60 minutes or so, and then he nabs a goal to make it 1-1. He does his best work from 1-0 behind. Not panicking here in Moza's camp.
And how are we looking, Kev? Are we looking like we are resolved? Try leaving the do
a reload.
Room. Yeah, reload the room. Try leaving and join him back, boss. That'll probably resolve it.
So Moza's answer here is to get more attacking down the wings, he thinks. Well, but he's toying around with the idea whether that's right or not.
The trouble is when attack up. The trouble is that when he gets down the wings, he's leaving himself very open defensively because he's already got those wing backs on attack anyway. And there is going to be that question of can Paulista, can Nketiah get across and make enough defensively to cover those gaps that are going to be left when Chiesa and Trippier get forward. So
and to add to that, we've seen that they're committed, the wing backs, to just run to the end line and cross it. So regardless of what they see in front of them, they're not looking up for a pass. They're running into trouble.
Highlight now. It's Rabiot to Maddison, Belotti to Giroud. One touch pass in. It finds its way to Meslier, though, and he's got multiple options. He goes for the short option. They're playing some 1-2s at the back, a little bit risky. Diego Carlos pumps it forward and finds Rafinha. We have Theo Hernandez on the ball now, running on this left-hand side. Moz's players just don't seem to want to get near him. I don't know why. They're just giving him so much space to run. The cross is deflected, though, but Barella picks it up in the midfield. It's back to Theo Hernandez. A lot more space here. It's Dominic Solanke on the edge of that cross in. Tony Jameson is
immediate tactics from Moza, and he realizes it's a mistake because
he's only scored against Moza. I mean, come on, we've all scored against Moza.
How about you, Kev? What do you make of this one so far?
I don't know whether I'm shouting at you or not anymore, to be honest, but I hope I'm not.
I'll turn you down internally. That'll be.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. I muted and then it's.
There you go. You're back.
Anyway, it's kind of what I thought it might be. Sweet left foot's been dominant, hasn't he? And he's demonstrating that again, basically.
Well, we have another highlight here. It's Barella on the ball.
Oh, he's way off.
Oh, is he offside? The arms of the player stay down.
Miles off, surely.
He is offside here. It is still 2-0 to Sweet left foot. Moza does not look best pleased. And yeah, he's miles off. The header by Rabiot looked like it was nothing more than a ricochet, really. I can't imagine he intended to pass
Moza's into the tactics again. He doesn't need to panic. I know he's 2-0 down, but there's still 60 minutes plus left here.
Yeah, you're right. He's just got to trust it, hasn't he? And he does like to tinker at this point, and he's not really tinkered outside of half time before.
So he's changing onto man marking. He's listening to him here. He's recognised that because they're so attacking, it's causing havoc with his fluid build up from the back. Like you said, Tony, leave him exposed when any defender goes walkabout.
The issue now, of course, is that if he's going man for man, all Mike needs to do is move that man out of the position he currently is, or that position in the field, take him slightly out of the center, drop him somewhere else, and those players are way off, and he's just going to create more space. So if Mike spots this and can exploit it, I mean, look, you see Moss has already changed his defensive shape because he knows that doing that is going to leave holes. I mean, if you're putting 4 defensive midfielders across, like, that doesn't scream I'm getting goals back, does it?
How's your answer to get more goals? More defenders.
There's so many players back, and I think this is going to be an issue for Moza because he's got so many players in that central defensive midfielder. I don't understand how they're meant to link in with the rest of the 3 at top.
The thing he could do now is he could move Chiesa up to a standard wide midfield position, but he needs to replace Trippier with another wide midfielder so he can have the 2 players back covering, have his wide centre backs running out and doing the work that the wing backs would be doing. His libero can cover, his defenders will drop and make a 3 there. But yeah, at the minute look at that 4 across the midfield there. It's great if you're 2-0 up. When you're 2-0 down, that's not what chases the game for you, is it?
could be 3-0 here as it's another highlight. Reece James is in possession for Sweet Left Foot, finds a bit of space, cuts it back to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who finds Barella. A slow 1-2 there, all the way back to Kimpembe. And now got the ball back in the midfield. They're trying to find that opening, and they've done a good job of finding it so far in this tournament. It's out wide to Theo Hernandez. You know something's going to happen when Theo Hernandez has it on that left-hand side. Scamacca with the head. It's wide of the post. Unfortunately, we are still 2-0 heading into halftime. Kevin.
Yes.
What does Mozza do?
It's, at this point, do you want me to be totally truthful? Mozza loses, unfortunately. I can't see how he comes back. I really can't. Because all the way through this tournament, Sweet Left Foot has dominated his games, looked imperious in front of goal. And I can't see how you can now change with the structure that Mozza has got to impact that at this point 2-0 down. So I think Mozza loses, unfortunately.
I think you abandoned the game plan here. For me, you throw on Luca, a big meaty boy, hope to get a couple of set pieces maybe. I think you got to... I mean, you're 2-0 down. You got to throw something. He's not changing too much here. I'm watching. He's going to bring on Galano for Belletti. It looks like he thinks it's okay. He just needs his defense to hold out and pick up 2 goals. What he's saying.
We'll take a look.
I mean, Coach Zanko's already put in the chat there. If you can't defend, best way is to try and attack. That's what Mozza's got to do right now. You can't
100%.
keep sitting back at 2-0 down, because what you're doing, drawing Sweet Left Foot onto you. He's been onto you anyway. Like, and you're not picking out the little holes that he's leaving to play into. So you've got to go for it now. You might as well lose 4-0, 5-0 now. You're losing 2-0 anyway. You're not getting a trophy at this point. Have a go. Have a go.
Jeez, that's the answer, apparently.
The second half has kicked off here. We have switched the stream of focus to Sweet Left Foots, so maybe we'll see a happier man in the bottom corner as Rafinha's through on goal. He's chipped the keeper. It's hit the post. Almost an instant goal in the second half.
All those offenders are doing a good job, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mozza immediately goes play offside trap and pressed up his lines, as well as full pressing now.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time I've seen Mozza look worried. But he should have been worried about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Was he not looking worried against FMGO? Because he was not.
No, he was looking. He was looking strangely calm, wasn't he, Kev?
Yeah. He was at the time, absolutely. It was a very chilled out performance from him at that point. But yeah, I mean, time is ticking, isn't it? 60 minutes in, really, and not a lot has changed at this point. And Mozza needs something to change quite drastically. I'm just not sure where it comes from.
Just moved Trippier and Chiesa to the wing.
Well, Dimitri Payet is on the corner kick here, headed away by Olivier Giroud, but Mozza doesn't look like he's actually got any players up the field. So I don't know how he plans on going. Scamacca with the head. Dimitri Payet with the ball. The keeper tried to run out there to clear it, but he just didn't run far enough. It's 3-0 now, and I think you might as well just send me the graphic of the winner is Sweet Left Foot at this point, because it's hard to see a way back for Mozza now.
It's a great header, though, isn't it? I mean, you've got to be firing up JWP at this point. Like, get the strapping on, send him on.
Yeah,
because why wouldn't
I mean, his changes before that highlight was to move Trippier and Chiesa to the winger and get him click on further forward. So now he's got like 5 defenders in the middle, but nothing out wide where all the goals are coming from.
He's got a fullback playing attacking wing. Great ball through there.
Good ball through by Theo Hernandez. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain with the chip. It is 4. It's done.
It's just that thing, isn't it?
Prediction.
The minute you start changing and moving and reshaping and somebody else doesn't and they've got the advantage, you can hammer that home, can't you, at times? And that's what's happening.
Exactly right, Kev. That's the thing. Like, Sweet Left Foot's just basically sat with his hands like that all through the match going, turn up, don't need to do anything. I'm going to go make a sandwich, come back, and he's 4-0 up, brilliant.
Yeah.
He's not even realised that's happened, but you're right. Mozza's gone to that high line and offside trap as well. It's a little bit too much too late. And we said go for it. He has to go for it. And you know what? Fair play. He has. He's tried it. You don't get anything for a 2-0 win. You don't get anything for a 4-0 defeat. So
Mancini is playing 5.8, is it?
Yeah. I'm surprised that Trippier's on a 6.6 though. Chiesa's only on a 6.2.
Well, he is playing Mancini as a libero right now, so that probably explains something.
Mancini isn't the worst libero. He's been playing libero competition.
This match would suggest otherwise. I think.
I'm saying what I'm saying, boys.
I think the issue is more that he doesn't know what a straight line is. It's all been offside traps that have not gone well.
We have 5 minutes left in this bad boy. Are we going to see another goal? We have another highlight here. It's a throw into sweet left foot, deep in his own half on the left-hand side. Barella goes for the ball central. It's dispossessed. Lucas Paqueta is here for Mozza. Can Mozza find a goal? It's in.
Come on, let's go.
there was a moment there though when they go in for the tackle, and I'm just gonna see who it is who actually goes in for the challenge there. The referee runs towards it. And I'm like, has he got sent off? And then Paqueta's like, I'm gonna run with the ball just in case while you work out whether or not we're gonna be sent off or not.
Maybe we should have seen this sort of tactical approach for Mozza a little bit earlier. maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. But look at the stats: 15 shots between them, 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We're down to 2 minutes. We're down to 1 minute, and it's full time. Sweet left foot is your FM22 playoffs June champion. I mean, we all weren't particularly kind to his draft, especially his chat. We're not particularly kind. But I guess he's got to prove everybody wrong here. We will be having Mozza and Sweet Left Foot join us for calls in a bit, but I mean, we'll start with you, Tony. I don't think anybody had Sweet Left Foot earmarked to be any sort of favourite to win this.
No, I think you're right. I think people were saying that it was okay. I think I looked at it and said it was an okay draft, and I think Owen said it was Sweet Left Foot doing Sweet Left Foot things. I think it proves, as we know, that drafting is one thing, tactics is another thing, momentum is another thing, and a bit of luck is another thing. And Sweet Left Foot did not need any of that bit of luck. He just steamrolled everybody. He worked with what he had. He drafted to a system. That system worked. And my word, it worked. It just took everybody out. No one was able to stop it. And to be fair, in that final, 2-0 up, early doors, Mozza's he doesn't know what to do and how to come back against it. Mozza's done fantastic, by the way, getting to the final, because, again, we said he drafted well. We have seen an improvement in Mozza's play over the last few tournaments. To get this far, we were wondering, does he have enough attacking creativity about him? The answer, unfortunately, on the day was no. But Mike's done everything that Mike's needed to do, and there it is right there. FM Playoffs June 22 winner, Sweet Left Foot, thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's Sweet Left Foot doing what Sweet Left Foot does. We were in Drafts and Crafts, and I think it was Andrew came in and said duality of Sweet Left Foot. He won the Streamer Showdown League. The very next one, he was in the elimination playoff. He's a streaky player, but he's not just won this. He's come in and dominated everyone. He drew against GYR. I didn't watch that game. I assume he probably rested some players in the final game of the group stages. Like, it's been as good as you can get, Busting it in, dropping gifted subs as well. He's still up and drinking. He's happy. But no, it's a hell of a performance. You can't knock anything about it. Mike, he took a system that he saw working elsewhere, applied it brilliantly, took learnings from being in other draft tournaments, got Solanke working. So we all eat humble pie on that. I believe Hood might have to pay like 6 gifted subs to him.
Don't forget about his Alice bet as well. As Mozza comes in with the raid, well played, boss. We will be talking to you very shortly. But before we do, also we'd like to hear what Kev has to say. What do you make?
What more is there to say, really? I mean, he was imperious all the way from the very beginning of this afternoon when he started off with a mega win at the beginning of the group stages, Sweet Left Foot. And he just carried it on all the way through. I said early on, he was my dark horse. And I also said those 4 first picks from each of the 4 countries in our draft were really good from him. The likes of Rafinha, Reece, James, and Barella. And I still can't remember who the 4th one was, but Skamaka maybe. But they've shown up. I mean, in the final, Hernandez got a really high rating. Those wingbacks were brilliant for him. And yeah, there was just never any doubt. But I guess ultimately, if you'd have said 2 months ago to Mozza you'd reach the next 2 finals, he'd have taken it if he didn't know what the results were, as to an improvement on what he's done previously. So fair play to him. Congrats to getting both of them to the final. But Sweet Left Foot, he dominated the entire afternoon, and he is the rightful winner, definitely.
Well, we have the runner-up back-to-back runner-up, Mozza, awaiting us for questions. So let us move into that room. Here he is on your screen. Can you hear us, Mozza? We can't hear Mozza. Let's see.
Moz, hold on. If Moz can hear us, go to your mic. It's the default communication is bugged. You have to click on your actual mic as an option.
Yeah,
it'll say it's the right one, but it's not. And while he's doing that, doesn't he look lovely with his nice new hat? Brought a hat for the new championship.
It looks a bit strange. I've never seen him. Like, I've always seen the green screen, being used, and not just as a green screen. So he's got the green headphone wire as well. I always thought they were wireless, to be honest. I feel a little bit lied to.
We're literally getting behind the curtains now, aren't we? Like, it's just when you sort of go and you go, oh no, that's not real at all, is it? Like, we're wondering, is that the O's on his baseball cap, or is that a 0 for tournament wins? I had to get it in while we'll just give a bit of time to get himself set up, but
might need to reload, Maz.
Yeah, he's bottled an interview. He's got so close again.
Been such a good afternoon for him till this point.
Yeah. He won the King of Scotland Derby, and now he's here bottling it.
Yeah, send Alice in. She can do the interview for him.
Let me see.
It's been emotional, I guess. Thanks, Mazza.
Does he know sign language? Or?
We'll give him yes no question. He's reloading. Let's give him yes no questions. Give us thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah. Blink if you're in trouble.
Look, folks, this is drafting and streaming. It's tech issues all the time. So we're trying something new to improve for next month. You should come back next month in July. Follow our Twitter. I'll drop a link in the chat while we're killing dead air. Anyone who wants to come in and give me a hand at any point, lads, it'd be lovely.
How's your weekend been, Kev?
Very, very FM draft heavy, because I drafted on Friday. I recorded a podcast yesterday, which was a most lovely experience as well. So it's been busy, but really fantastic. Thank you very much.
Do you want to plug that podcast, Kev? I bet it's a brilliant podcast you're on as well.
It was a brilliant podcast, Tony. Yes, it really was. FMT, Football Manager Therapy. It's an incredible podcast. It's got a combination of Tony Jameson as host and presenter alongside co-hosts that could range from Mr. Diz to Rich Owens to anybody else. But it's brilliant. I believe it's coming out on Tuesday, and I had a brilliant time chatting to them. So yeah, it was fantastic. And I've really had a great time this afternoon. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Wow.
And true to form, I bottled it by having my microphone on mute. So here we are.
You numpty. You absolute numpty.
I always do it when I end a stream, and I hadn't pressed the button to bring it back on, so it's my bad.
You're here now. That's all that matters, Mozza. You made it to another final, so well done on that. But again, we failed to get over the line. Reflecting on this competition and last competition, how do you feel? Are you happy that you got to the final, or was it a case of you were wanting to do that one better?
I was happy I got to the final, because the way I got through the quarter and the semis, especially the semi, I don't feel like I really deserved it, to be honest. Like, I was more kind of catching up with my formations rather than getting ahead. And I said before the final with Mike, it's like, well, it's a similar situation to last time, that I don't have what I need to get ahead of what he's doing. I just need to react. And by the point, it was 2-0. And I was like, well, I've kind of got my defence how it needs to be now, but I'm already down 2, and I'm not making chances the other way. So it was kind of, I didn't have James Ward-Prowse either because he was injured. So it was like, well, I don't even have really the set-piece maestro. So it was what it was. Like, I wasn't expecting to win the final, but happy I got it.
Fair. Well, I'll hand it over to the United City, also known as Kev. Any questions on Kev's mind? Ask away.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess ultimately looking in on that final, having watched you a couple of times, how big a miss was James Ward-Prowse? I mean, he is your set-piece maestro and all that stuff. Did he impact the flow of how your team played as well? And is that what you would consider the hardest part of going through to the final and not having everybody there that you'd want to, I guess?
Yeah, I was kind of using him in quite a defensive role. So centre mid defending, he was basically mopping up any number 10s. The whole way through, which he was good at. He's got great work rate and so on as well. So he's handy to have as a guy who's player marking. So from that point of view, it was okay because Chimeni came in and basically did the same job, but he's not got the set pieces. you know. So you can kind of justify having James Ward-Prowse ahead of a Fabinho or somebody else that's more used to being that kind of role because he's got that in his locker. But the issue I had was my wing-backs weren't good enough, and that formation relies on the wing-backs getting the width to get the balls in. Chiesa was great, but he was let down by whoever played the other side. Trippier just didn't really have it, and neither did Ismaili. So I think going forward, I'd probably draft another winger who can play wing-back, because they need to have not just the kind of dribbling crossing ability, but they need to be able to beat people before getting the balls in. And that's what we lacked, because Trippier was giving the ball away instead of getting past a man, and only Chiesa really was doing it, and pretty much every good highlight we had in the counter was through Chiesa.
Well, if that's all for Kev, Owen, what do you have questions for the boss?
So you've come a long way, Maz, from 2 months ago, entering the start of the May draft, going, this is it, lads. If I don't redeem myself here, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm hanging up the drafting hat. To back-to-back finals. Fine, you say you got lucky with some, but you're drafting to a system. The confidence has got to be high after that, right?
Yeah, I know I'm right up there on the drafting side now. I know there's very few that would be like easily better than me at it. I think I'm right up for the best, but the issue is I'm still feeling out this tactic. It's only been, 2 tournaments that I've used it in. I'm learning more about it and tweaking it as I go every time. I've tweaked it to the players I had, which worked this time round as well. And from the initial one, it was kind of like, right, let's see how we go with it. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy. I've learned something as well as doing well today. So I can go back to the drawing board, work on it a bit more. I know exactly the type of players I now need for about 8 of the 11 positions. So, yeah.
I mean, you love to see it. As a man who loves 5 at the back but can't get it working in FM22, you love to see someone doing well with it. Tony, have you had anything from us?
Yeah, I've got to say, one question I've got is, what was with the little bit of paper running on before the kickoff? You were in there, you're doing your team talk, you're giving all the tactical instructions out. Big shout, by the way, to Sweet Left Foot, who's just come in with the raid. Appreciate that. You've done your team talk. Everyone knows what they're doing. They've lined up. They've had the pre-match photographs, and then you've sent someone on with a piece of paper that just went, scratch that, we're doing something different. Like, every match I watched, you did that. What was the thinking there? Was that just looking at opposition?
Basically.
There and going, actually, no, we're wrong here.
I was always adjusting to what I saw. So anytime, you probably noticed, anytime that I see someone with a number 10, the centre mid always takes our number 10. Sometimes they'll move back to defensive mid, depending on the player. And kind of just roughly try to work out what they're doing. I try to keep an eye on the centre mid runner, because there's usually one as well. And the wing backs usually take anyone that's on the wings cutting inside as well, just to try and help the 3 centre backs out and not get them dragged apart too easily. So yeah, it's adjustment, and it seems to work more often than not. I did make 1 or 2 mistakes that I was able to rectify today, but again, the only way you learn is by doing it. So I'm getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you mentioned there about Chiesa. Like, I watched a couple of your games, and Chiesa was absolutely your creative out.
Yeah,
I think he had a great time, and like you say, you're lacking something there. Trippier wasn't really giving you too much, but I think the only other thing that I've got, so two points. One, your goalkeeper kept you in it so many times in those initial knockout stages.
Like, so good.
He's got to be giving him the keys to the city. Like, he's just like, without him, you're knocked out.
Yeah,
and then you go into penalty shootouts, not once but twice. Confidence must have been flying the second time when you came up against Alice, having already done that first time round.
I was more likely to win the second one because I had better players available to take the pens, and there wasn't anyone that was anxious. Against Limo, there was a couple I couldn't use because they were basically not confident, and that's a recipe for disaster. So I felt good about the Alice one. I felt bad for her because she deserved to go through, right enough. But yeah, so it all worked out in the end, and I kind of got what I deserved in the end. So the other thing that I've learned defensively is, obviously it's different to the 92-93 that you're using better defenders. I wasn't using as good defenders this time, and I've worked out we need to force them to press more because we're being too passive. And that's what killed us against Mike.
Wow.
Yeah, agreed.
If we're done here, Mazza, well played. obviously you'll be joining us a little bit later on, so I look forward to that. Bit of an announcement to make, but before then, congratulations on another finals, Mozza. We do have Sweet Left Foot ready. I can see him in the other room, so we shall go into there. He's I've never seen him happier. He can finally let go of the Sweet Left bottle. So yeah, I will move us over to there. But again, congratulations, Mozza. See you in a bit. And here we are. We've got the loser out, and we've brought it to the winner, Mike. Well done. Round of applause for Mike. Before I hand over to anyone else, congratulations on saving on the shipping fee for the print. I've made several jokes about that. And I was in your chat yesterday. I was in a call yesterday as well with Henry FM and a couple of others who are in your community, and they all said Mike has done an absolute terrible job of this draft. I've never seen him draft a worse squad. I mean, you sit here as the champion for June. How does it feel? Do you feel vindicated?
Yeah, I really vindicated. You guys can hear me, right? Everything's coming through okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah, I didn't know what was so bad about it. I think I miscounted the French players. And by the time we got to Italy, Dominic Solanke, incredible, by the way, was my only striker. So I think I was just panicking a bit there because then I went for Barella first. And luckily a few dropped. But I thought that the idea was always to, if I couldn't get one really good striker, to just play more. Because I found a lot of times in these sorts of drafts, goals win you games. So luckily, Scamacca fell to me. I had Solanke. They're both quite tall players. And then I had Rafinha, and I thought he'd just work up top, which to an extent he did. But there was like a lot of criticism of the draft, I think, for the striker thing. But I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought I had the two best fullbacks in Reece James and Hernandez. And it may not have happened that way because I was going to go Trent. So thank you, Alice, for drafting Trent before Reece James. I think the centre-backs were good, had a natural left foot, a right footer. Oxlade-Chamberlain was like the engine in the middle. Barella held it down in there really well. Payet, not blessed with physicals, but did exactly what I needed as the attacking mid. And then like strikers that could put the ball in the net. So yeah, Ali, I feel very vindicated, like very happy. It all came together really well.
I'm pleased for you, mate. We'll go in the reverse order this time, and I'm sure Tony Jameson will be wanting to give you a lot of praise for that Dominic Solanke pick. So, Tony, take the floor.
I mean, a broken clock's right twice a day, right? So
I think it was 5 times in this case.
Well, it depends on how many days. Yeah, okay, fine. Solanke was brilliant, by the way. I will absolutely hold my hat up and say Solanke was fantastic. My boy Scamacca, I'm delighted that he did a great job because he was on my budget pick to watch out for. I think he was like 5 million or something, and he just gave your team a different dimension. I think, like up front, he was so useful to what you were doing. He wasn't just scoring goals; he was assisting as well. And I think that's also what Solanke gave you was assists. You looked deadly going forward. Like every time you had the ball, you looked like you were going to create a chance. Defensively, I don't even know if you needed a defense. I didn't really see you under threat too much, other than the Goofy Jord game where you decided to send everyone off for a holiday or something. Right, look, make it look exciting, lads. Go on, right? But yeah, fantastic overall. Like you've got to be happy. Like you must have had when you were drafted. I know we said all it. Nobody was sort of jumping from the rafters going, "This is the greatest draft I've ever seen." A lot of people went, "It's good. It's a good draft." You must have sat there going, "Yeah, I know, but I know how I'm going to play." And that's what we always say. The draft is one part, the formation, the tactic is another.
That's it. I knew if I wasn't going to get, so I started using this formation with Depor recently because I had so many good strikers. I wanted to get them all playing, and I thought, well, it's worked on my stream on Wednesday. I think we scored like 36 goals in 8 games. I thought, well, let's try that on the weekend, even for a game or two, see what it creates. And I can always just switch back to, I had my second Depor 4-3-3 loaded as well if I needed to. Like you said, it just worked. And Scamacca was brilliant. Like he was such a different dimension. I didn't realize how tall he was. And again, I looked at his physicals, like his acceleration and pace was poor. But then having players off him, like 2 other strikers to occupy defenders, 2 good wing backs that are going to get forward and get crosses in. For someone that's 6'5", he works perfectly. I think he got 9 goals and 1 assist. He was really, really good. And everything behind that, I think, just backed up as well. I think the whole team just gelled really quickly and really well. I'm a happy boy, Tony. And Dom Solanke was excellent as well.
Wow,
For me, Mike.
Oh, go on.
Sorry, Ali.
I was going to do it, but take over.
I watched a couple of your games, and especially the one against Curty. The last 4 minutes of that game, and probably in real life time, another 4 minutes after, you didn't talk, just laughed hysterically. So I turned on the mic to see what was happening, and I realized you were getting a lot of abuse for the tactic you were using. And then you went to all chat, and I could hear the rest of the group also going in on you. Do you want to say anything to all those people that are now knocked out and unable to reply about what you think of their opinion and calling you a fraud for using the tactic?
Yeah, they're not in the winner's interview, and I am. So Curtie's off at the cinema. He was going to watch Top Gun. I don't know what any of the others are doing. I got slated, but generally, I don't like downloading tactics. It's not me. I spoke to Clates about it. I thought, oh, this looks... That's why I played. I messaged him Wednesday after my stream and said, that 4-2-1-3 is great. I put the formation up and just tweaked loads of instructions to how I fit my team there. And I didn't change anything. I just literally copied from the Depor side to here, and it worked. I messaged Z asking for advice about Dominic Solanke. So that's worked perfectly. So I'd like to think of it as I'm learning from people that have won tournaments before, right? I'm taking knowledge from them and applying it to what I'm doing, and it's worked really well. I was getting a lot of abuse for it, to the point where I was a bit scared to talk in the chat. Diz and Curtie especially were just going in, but I found that in a lot of the games, especially 3, Curtie, Diz, and Gareth, when those guys went 2 goals down, they were tweaking things, and I didn't change anything. I just let it carry on. And I think because they were going more attacking, trying to push for more goals, it left so many gaps and so many spaces, which the way that it was set up just took advantage of. So I didn't really have to do too much in terms of tweaking. But the games that I really struggled, like Bust the Net, figured it out. I had to change the actual formation to score against Dalgit. And like you said, Jack was I think I got quite lucky against Jack. I had 6 shots on target and scored 6 goals. And any other day, none of them go in, and Jack wins 4-0, and he's in the final. But I think we made our own luck by scoring so many and creating so many good chances.
Fair play. People are always going to hate on winners, buddy, so ignore them. And we've got a great clip out of you. Thank you. Nothing else.
Well, we'll pass that on over to the one and only the United City for some questions then.
Well, I mean, what more can you say, really? Many congratulations on the win. It was brilliant watching you all off. And it seemed like you never had to really change much other than that one game against Bust the Net, maybe. Have you learned anything that maybe you could think that you could improve this setup for yourself next time?
Yeah, I want something that... I want a tactic that I could go to as it's like a plan C. So the plan A was how it was. Plan B, I said plan B was the other tactic, but I was naturally tweaking this first. So going attacking, pushing the wing backs on, pressing higher, triggering the press more often before changing things. And I did all that against Dalgit and nothing was working. And in the end, I just had to pull one of the strikers out on the wing just to stretch play, where he only had, I think, 1 wing back. He didn't have much defense over that side. And that's, I think, how the goal came about. That's how that worked. So having something that I can switch to maybe throw people off that's completely different, because people will maybe see the original formation and think, oh, I need to defend against that. But then if you switch things, they're going to switch things. So it just gives you, if you can have something just as effective, that would be great to switch to quite easily. But I'm so used to a 4-3-3. It was nice to play something different that had only been working for me for one stream.
It was magnificent. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you, Kev.
Well, you are the champion, Mike. Sweet Laugh Bottle is a dead meme now, officially. So congratulations,
Yes.
You didn't bottle a final. We shall let you go if there's no other points you want to make, Mike.
No, just thank you guys for the invite again. I really do appreciate it. I've been wanting to get back into drafting for a while and doing. I like you said in January, February, I just wanted to slow down on some competitions because I was like a bit burnt out doing so many, and putting myself forward for so many. And I thought I'd just have a few months. But I messaged Mozza asking, if there's a chance over the next couple of months to get back involved, by any means necessary, that would be great. And extended the invite, and genuinely couldn't be more thankful. So thank you guys. It's been great. I've had a lot of fun, and you guys have done another stellar job on the drafts and crafts, the play-by-play, and the qualifiers on Tuesday as well. So I don't think people know how much effort goes into it behind the scenes from all of you guys as well. So thank you for putting on a great show for everyone.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. Congratulations again. Go and get yourself a drink, mate. Let's go.
Cheers, guys. Lily's mango cider. That's what's going down me.
Well done. Anyway, we'll catch Mike in a bit, and we'll bring Mozza back in here for the announcement one more time. Congratulations, Mike. I look forward to seeing you competing again in the future. Well, here we are now. We are here with the main man, Mozza.
I'm not muted, right?
You're not muted. You're not muted.
Just make sure that's a success. Right, just before we get into this, I just want to echo what Mike was saying there as well. Like, everyone, not just you guys for today, but everyone that's done all the previous streams, behind the scenes stuff as well. Cam doing a lot of the socials and other stuff. Thank you very much to every single one of you. It's all been, bro, basically without you, it wouldn't happen. So thank you very much, every single one of you.
Our pleasure, mate. Our pleasure.
Mm.
Well, I'll let you do the honors of it, Mozza. What is going on? What have we been tweeting about on the Wasted Possession and FM Playoffs account?
Is this not where I'm meant to turn up on the Wasted Possession stream and say I bought yous over or something? Like, wrestling.
Let's not go too far.
No, I'm scared. I can't afford them. And so, basically, long story short, as some of you have no doubt already worked out, the Wasted Possession and FM Playoffs tournaments are now merging together to create basically what we want to be as the best community tournament in Football Manager. We're going to continue to do what we've done before and give chances to people to get in. There will be some standards set, just to be completely open about it for the outside, because we want people to enjoy watching it at the same time as well. So there is a balance to be struck. We're not asking for anything crazy. So literally, if you've got a webcam and if you stream FM, and like, if anyone needs a hand with anything, give us a shout anyway, regardless. But yeah, the idea is that we will have two kind of build-up tournaments into the main event. The FM Playoffs will still be the main tournament monthly, but there will be qualifiers towards it, and it'll lean more into the kind of rankings side as well, the competitive side of things. So people that want to get ranking points and they want to get right up the top, we're basically going to give an opportunity to do that and more, as well as hopefully a bit more entertainment into the bargain, because like, I love the playoffs. Like, you guys know that. Like, it just felt when it was monthly, we could have done a wee bit more, and we've started doing a bit more. Like Tony with Drafts and Crafts has been brilliant, things like that. But it just feels like now's the time to try and move things up a wee gear, and hopefully it'll make it better. So you'll have seen recently we're trying new things out, we're adding new things. Or you get Jeb in the background doing all sorts of brilliant work on that as well. All those graphics you see on streamer, because of Jeb, he's like a spreadsheet genius at the best of times. Despite the fact he's a Liverpool fan, we kind of let him off for that. Yeah. So yeah, that's our side of things. And then obviously Ali's side, being Mr. Wasted Playoffs himself, we are running this ship together, so I will let him jump in and continue on.
Yes, we are 50-50 owners. It's like I'm really excited. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, like what happens to Wasted Possession, what does it mean, what's the format going to be. Me and Mozza are going to record a video, and we're going to put something out on the FM Playoffs YouTube channel with regards to what it actually is. I guess questions that people might have: Wasted Possession kind of isn't going to be a thing anymore, is probably the key takeaway from it. We don't know what we're going to do with the sort of Twitch, the Twitter, the Discord yet, but the latest Wasted Possession tournament was in fact the very last one, and I've had a lot of people asking me, can I come into the next one? And I've had to keep the facade up and say, definitely sure. I apologize to all of those people. I have lied to you. But
dirty, filthy fibber.
Yeah.
honestly, I've done a lot of people dirty with it. But yeah, I guess RDF is our last champion. But it was difficult because obviously we started Wasted Possession, and I think the difference between Wasted Possession and the playoffs from the early days was the people running it in terms of what they were in the community. Mozza at that point was either really close or already a partner. We came up at the same time, which is why I think this merge goes down so well. But Mozza was already saw that partner, and he knew people in the community. Me and Stick Piano did not know anybody in this community at all. So we started from that sort of base level, and we built our way up in getting some of the bigger guys, getting Twitch partners apply for the tournament and not us invite them, which is something that we were quite proud of at the time. And obviously that not being a thing anymore, something that we obviously had to think about, but the whole point behind Wasted Possession was to give something really, really good to the community. And bringing this merger in, pooling the resources together, taking the best of both tournaments is 100% definitely the best thing for the community. So it was quite an easy decision to make. We've been working on it for a while. We've got a lot of stuff to still iron out, but the next FM playoffs, I guess, is the dawn of a new era.
Yes.
There'll be you'll be able to find a lot more about it on Twitter, on the YouTube. If you can get a link to the playoffs YouTube, because someone has tried to use the command, someone in the admin area, that would be very,
I believe
very
it's
great.
in the Twitch bit. If somebody looks down there at the about section and copies it for there, if you can, folks.
I'm on it.
Thank you very much, mate.
But
we kind of both got to the stage where we were almost at the maximum, weren't we? For what Wasted Possession could be and what the playoffs could be. And we already had a bit of crossover. Like, we've had people on each other's things and so on. So it made sense that if we want to take the next step and get better and bigger, we already know each other. We're already friendly and on. So we might as well kind of come together and get it going.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if there are any other questions that people might have, like, my DMs are open. I'm sure Moz's are. Ask us there. Ask us anywhere. Wasted Possession Discord. Any questions? Ask us there. But everything will come clear through this YouTube video. So do follow the FM Playoffs on Twitter, or subscribe to the channel there. The link is there, just so you can keep in the loop of essentially what's happening. Because I think, honestly, like, having these two come together is absolutely huge and just takes the whole FM draft scene to a completely new level.
Other thing, if you want to get involved, let us know as well.
Yes.
The DMs and the Twitter are open, the Discords are open, obviously. If you fancy getting involved with the tournament, anything to do with it, be it graphics, be it behind the scenes, be it socials, tell us, because we're always looking for help for everything. So let us know.
And you'll find out more, but in playoff season, there is going to be more people involved than ever.
Yeah.
The plan is to really capture the quality that is in the community here. But yeah, I guess that just about covers it. I don't know if there's anything more on your mind, partner.
The only other thing is Andrew's mentioned the stats team too as well, so I'd be remiss me not to mention if you fancy helping Andrew as well. I believe I did include you in the initial thank yous, but if I didn't, thank you, mate.
Well, that's that then. Well, yeah, any questions, let us know. We'll be quite open with everything, and we'll reveal all soon. But I guess until we see what this new order is going to look like, we're gonna go and raid somebody else, and just kind of leave it to settle for a bit, I suppose. We have a raid lined up. I believe we're going to be rating the Cult of, who is a fantastic streamer. He works for Sports Interactive, I believe, as well. So, you know, maybe ask him some questions as to, is there a luck modifier? That's what I'm going to ask him once I befriend him.
No, he'll block us all. He'll block us all.
But yeah, thank you very much.
Ask him if he's watched the Scouting Centre.
That's
all Diz talked about the whole bloody stream today.
Well, thank you very much, obviously, everyone who watched. Thank you very much to everybody who took part. Congratulations again to Sweet Left Foot. It's been a really, really good tournament to run. And yeah, we shall see you all when it comes to the new area. I don't know if you wanted to say anything there, Owen.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say, do you want me to let me know when you want the raid to go live? Because
Oh, cool.
I love it. Queued up. Just I was like, please don't talk too long. It will cut you off mid sentence.
I can see the bar. I can see the bar. But
Just mad hyped for the merger. It's gonna be unbelievable.
Big things.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much,
Adios.
everybody.
I'm waiting to pub.
See you all next time.
Bye. I don't know if that's got us clear.
It has. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Good.
We are gone.
So
Awesome work,
end
everyone.
the stream and we are